Where is it? Okay.
I'll do some more research.
Before we start this, we're going to have a prayer. We're going to say, Lord Shadowrun, please remind me in my moments of need not to just copy DK's accent. Amen. All right, we're good. we're gonna try this. It's gonna be hard.
Bless me, Father, for I have code switched.
Is that okay? That's good. That's good. Okay. Oh, this one. I'm not gonna stress it. I'm not gonna stress it. We're good. All right. Welcome everybody to Shadowrun episode 3. That's not one, but 2, but 3. The 3rd episode of Shadowrun. Some might call it Shadowrun Trace. Okay.
I didn't label that episode that title. But, you know,
that's fine. That's fine. I didn't have a label for this because I don't know what you guys are going to do, so it felt hard to come up with a label. It's Shadowrun 3. What will they do next? So
Electric Boogaloo.
Electric Boogaloo. So what has happened thus far? Very high level first episode. Our lovely group of adventurers / Shadowrunners showed up in the city, the Redmond Barrens, and specifically at the Stoker's Coffin Motel to try and find Joshua. Joshua being the brother of Michael. Michael being a person who was gunned down on a hollow vid feed while in the midst of a run somewhere in the wilderness nearby-ish, and you are trying to figure out where Joshua is, and by extension, what Michael was up to. This is all being done on the payroll of a mysterious Mr. H, who is bankrolling it on behalf of the daughter of Joshua. So we showed up. We met Larry. Larry runs the Stoker's Coffin Motel. We kind of walked around for a bit. We then met Mr. Gunderson at the Jump House. He is a Mr. Johnson in the area. Gunderson then sent us on our first Shadowrun, which was to a place north of Redmond where the Black Monday was occurring. Black Monday being the 3rd Monday of every month, where the Black Anarchists, which is a group of anarchists, really, which is kind of, it's weird to be a group of anarchists, but they get together and they deliver medical supplies and the foods and things to the people of the destitute area of Redmond. Redmond being basically your just above Mad Maxian sort of dystopia, just with more buildings that are run down. So you showed up, you provided crowd control a little bit. In the midst of that, 3 Halloweeners showed up. They got the first shot. They got the first shot off, but ultimately they were no match for the claws of one Dante, or Darb, as some might call him. And from there was a big commotion. You realized that further out from where you were seeing, the Halloweeners were attacking in a much larger group. This was kind of the first force. They had killed some of the civilians, but life is cheap in Redmond, so sad day for some people. There was quite a bit going on, and then a larger troll, kind of with dermal plating and riding a big giant monster truck, kind of crashed through the front gate area and tried to flamethrower you. He didn't succeed very well. He misjudged the strength of our Shadowrunners and their overall abilities. And
he did, or our GM?
That troll definitely did. He did.
It was like, I'm gonna get him. Oh God!
Yes, he showed up and he died. We do know that some Halloweeners escaped, specifically the driver to the north. But Cutter and his crew are largely unscathed. They murdered a whole bunch north out of Seeing. And that's kind of where we left off. It was handled so well, in fact, that instead of continuing the evacuation, Snow had kind of tried to get a hold of those who were nearby and utilize Cutter and them to kind of shepherd back those they could to kind of reestablish the remainder of Black Monday. So they were able to continue administering medical help and food and water to the folks that were able to come back. Some had obviously left because it was such a bad party. And that's kind of where the day had ended. So we're going to bring you back to that map. Give me one moment here.
Yes.
And just kind of have a breakdown of closing off that chapter and then heading back to the hotel or to Mr. Gunderson. to try and figure out what's
At the bounce house.
the jump house. But yes,
Bounce house.
just give me 1 second here, and we'll bring up.
You guys think it's short for Mr. Horse, Mr. Hose, Mr. Hot Pockets? What do we?
Hot pockets.
Mr.
All right, you should all be now
Are there
moved
hot pockets in
to
this world?
Yes.
There used to be.
this area. We're going
True.
to get rid of the elemental, and we're
Trying to
going
think like a
to
soy hot pocket.
essentially have us be at the end of the day with the Halloweener bodies stacked like cordwood, and the
Hey,
group
don't drag me in with them.
kind of around here, wherever you'd like to be in that general space.
Well, I can't go anywhere
Or
because
Paulist.
we're paused.
Oh, there you go.
Freedom! I shall kill them again.
So, after a long day, you look at Snow, and Snow is worn out. It's been a bit of a crush, right? She was providing kind of primary center crowd control into the 4 buildings through the quieter part of the day. Yes, Toast and Malts.
Remind me, DM. I thought we knocked out troll gaslighty motherfucker.
He
you
is
kill him,
technically knocked out, I guess. How would you like to end that? He was basically bleeding out in a turn. I would
Oh, yeah, that's right.
assume that he was dead by the time anybody could administer anything based on the damage taken. But I am open to, if you would like to do something
good.
in the moments following his immediate vivisection.
Is that like something with your? Don't babies get that?
Nope,
Yeah,
that's-
I think
nope.
I'll administer something.
Click, click.
Okay. So we're going to assume he bled to death here.
Mm-hmm.
And he's with the stack of them over there. So any other questions before we begin?
No, I just wanted to make sure that Trolley McTrollfuck is dead.
Oh,
Not
he
like
did.
mostly
He
dead.
did.
But
All
like
of these people are very, very, very dead by now.
Super dead.
All right, gonna get into scene then.
Okay.
Channel the dark.
Okay. So Snow comes over and she's like, guys, great work overall. I think we could have done a little bit better by, not letting them into the compound in the first place. But judging by what happened, pretty good day overall. We've had worse. She's got a little bit of snark to her, which is kind of part of her persona, but you can tell that she really does appreciate, right, that they were able to continue with the day and handle it better than what the initial call was, which was to abandon ship and leave everything behind.
We're glad that for the most part, no one was hurt. How did the rest of the operations go?
Well, Cutter's fine. They're cleaning up north. They should be here shortly. And everybody else is cleared out. We're looking at, and she kind of looks up into the sky and does one of those. It's about 7 p.m.ish. So we've been at this for about 7 hours. We're about to just kind of break camp and head out. Anything that you guys want to say or do with Cutter and the crew when they come in, or you guys just want to head out?
Nothing from Darb other than he's going to each of the bodies and making sure with his 2 prongs that come out, his 2 spurs that come out, he's just going to go through each skull just to make sure that there's nothing in terms of zombies in this world. So just going to start puncturing every dome that he can, just to make sure.
Perfect.
Can't be too
You take 2 claws, and with just a crunch and a little bit of a noise, you're just repeatedly in a rhythm. Actually, you've got a nice kind of cadence as you punch each individual one. You go through the 10 bodies or so there. None of them stir.
This is this has got to be a crazy thing to watch unfold in real time, just shanking people's skulls one after the other in a row.
Snow looks
very dark.
largely unimpressed and unaffected as well, though. Like, this is just another day in Redmond.
Wow.
I would say I think we're probably good to go and get out of here, but like I don't know, does Cutter want us, did they need us for anything else? Are they doing anything about the Halloweeners, or are they just kind of making
Honey.
sure we're good and getting out of here?
Hey, honey. Yeah, babe, what's up? You need anything from these guys? Nah, send him home. Thanks, guys. He's been listening the whole time. He doesn't need to be there in person. 2070.
Sounds good.
And so you guys phone up Roger, who drives up in his
Raj.
Raj.
and he shows up in the troll-sized sedan and says, hey guys, how'd it go? And he's looking around, he sees a couple of bodies. He's like, good day, good work.
I got shot, Raj, but it's all good. And I kind of like hit him on the shoulders. I'd
yeah,
like
you
go to
okay,
walk
by
into
the way?
car.
he's got a look like, are you still bleeding?
No, I'm all good. I'm all good. Thank you for your
Good. Should I put
concern.
down a towel?
No, I'm all good. And you can see
Okay,
like I
good,
kind of like
good.
show like where it was, and it's completely healed over.
Okay. He's worried about you, but he's also worried about the car.
Car will be all right.
At the sound of should I put down a towel? Darb will just turn around from the bodies that he's been putting holes in, and he is just covered head to toe in blood spurts and goo of all sorts.
Oh yeah, because you've been in the dirty work too. You just went through the whole lineup with the gray matter all over your situation.
All over
so.
me.
So Roger does his usual very concierge service. He opens the door, lets Chance get in, opens the door, lets Nas get in. As Darb starts walking up, he kind of stands in front of the door and gives you a, do you need a moment?
Darb, do you think Darb should go kill them more? Are they not killed enough?
You know what? If you got to get your post-fight jitters out, like go ahead.
Oh no, Darb's ready to go.
Oh,
So
okay.
I'm gonna get
and
in
he
the car.
throws a towel to you.
Darb
He's
will
pulled one
put it
off the seat.
over his
and he
head,
threw it to you.
and he's gonna take the towel and just put it over his head, like he's supposed to cover up his face, to make sure no paparazzi are gonna take any pictures of him. And he's still just sitting in front of Raj, ready to get inside.
Do you wanna wipe anything down, buddy?
I like lean. If I'm already in the car, I'll lean. I'm like, hey, Darb, just like clean yourself off a little bit. You gotta respect the man's car.
Oh, sorry, Darb's still new to this, and he'll bust out
You're
both
new. You're
hers.
new to cars?
No, Darb's new to cleaning up. So
Oh.
Darb will clean his spurs for you, and he'll just start taking the towel to each of the spurs, and then show them still kind of shiny to Raj at that point,
Okay.
to try to get a seal of approval to see if he can get in the car yet.
Raj looks at you, and he doesn't say anything. He just stands there. Yo, move, holy man. He doesn't say that.
Darb, like the arms, the body, like you gotta. Yeah. It's good that the blades are clean. Those need to be pristine. I get that, but just like just give yourself a little once over here.
And Darb just starts patting himself with the towel.
Can we get going? What's happening here?
Yeah, Raj at this point. Oh, go ahead. If you want to say anything else.
Nope, Darb, just gonna be a minute.
Raj rolls his eyes. His temper kind of going up a little bit, right? He's just like, it's okay if you get in the car. But his like nice demeanor voice kind of drops, and he steps out of the way.
Darb's getting in there. The horns. All right. Better?
Respectable.
And
He
I'll
sits in the
take-
driver's side. He doesn't even close the door for you at this point. You've tested his patience.
Darb will take the towel, and with the
Raj
clean
will
side that he
remember
hasn't been used, with the clean side that he didn't use to pat himself down, he will put that on the seat, and then sit on it. So he's sitting in the blood
Perfect.
side, if you will.
Like you just got back from the pool, you know?
Yeah, sort of, exactly. A blood pool, a dead pool, if you will.
So Raj adjusts this little his rearview mirror, even though it's exactly where it needs to be. Just wiggles it basically and puts it right to where it started, but it's a tick of his. And he says, "So where you guys want to go?"
Probably gotta go collect some money. Yeah. Unless you guys got any errands you want to run.
I think we just go back to Mr. Is he still at the jump house? What's happening there?
Yeah, where can we find him?
Yeah, he'll be at the jump house by now.
Let's go to the jump house.
He's probably working. Okay, so with that, Raj pulls out, brings you back. You guys drive the hour and a half back to the Redmond area where you were located at before, just a stone's throw from the Coffin Motel. And you guys pull up to the jump house. The jump house, please.
Jump around. Jump around.
Jump around.
Get down.
Yeah.
Is just as you generally remember it. Pretend that the people have changed, but largely.
These are the same pictures as the last time we were
A
here.
lot of regulars.
Yeah, I mean, it's a small area. Your Mr. Johnson's up in the north corner, and you guys walk in. What'd you like to do? It's his spot.
I'll walk in confidently. I'll lead the pack.
Sure.
Kind of eye up the bartender, just give him a wave, try to act like I've been here before, because I have.
He skulls.
He what?
He skulls for sure.
Yeah, that's fine. I give him a little smile. And I'll get here in between the two. It's the same guards that we saw that he had before.
Yeah, same folks. They're the regular crew for our boy.
And oh man, his name's Gunderson, right?
It is Gunderson.
Okay. Mister.
Spect on it.
I'll say
look up the Mr. Johnson wording. Disregard something DK and I talked about briefly.
I'll just come and say, Mr. Gunderson, I think we had a good day out there. Got a lot of people, all nice, cleaned up. I think it was a pretty successful mission.
And he looks at you and he's like, "Boys, welcome back. I got the call. Heard
Good.
everything was great. Heard there was a little bit of a dust up, huh?"
Yeah, I got shot. But I think we're all good.
Yeah, I got shot.
I just want you to know you don't get paid more for that, right? Like, you don't got to share that every time you get shot.
I mean, I think it's just nice to know my involvement. You know?
Awesome. Great.
All you
Is there
need
a
to
lot of-
know is those wieners got roasted.
He looks at you with a face of just, I like it, I get it. Fucking Halloweeners, right? He gives one of those.
Fucking Halloweeners.
Right.
I'll awkwardly
All right. So what do we agree on? Remind me, boys. Remind me. What are we looking for? I think we said about 3,000, if memory serves.
Yep.
Yeah, I believe it was 3,000.
Well,
Okay, well, we were negotiating that price above table because you gave us one number and then that
yeah.
was
1 second.
wrong.
Let me go look. Let's
Yeah,
see.
well,
3,000, as I recall, might be more than what you had changed it to.
Well, it's per person. Yeah, it's per person. Oh,
Yeah.
Is it?
Per-
Let me go look. Hold, please. I should have looked at this before.
How much money did I promise to give you, player characters? Oh, it was like 5,000.
5,700.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's 2,800 per person.
Yeah.
Is what I said. We're gonna round it up to, 3,000. 3,000 is just a better number.
Because we just did such a good job.
Just better. Well, there's more coming. Hold, please. One second, guys.
Oh, no.
Sorry.
Good night.
I gotta say goodnight to
Oh.
the human.
Oh, no.
One moment. I'll be right back.
A chillin'
Oh.
good night.
Okay.
You give hugs on screen. Exploit your children. Do it.
I just deleted my money.
All right, sorry. Give me 1 second, because
Hey, don't try to do math in your character sheet.
What does that mean?
Like I took the number and went plus blah 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 enter, and it deleted all of it. So now I gotta very quickly.
All your money?
that's fun.
Yeah. Just the whole thing is now blank. I need to. I got it
I don't
on
even know how to
Chummer.
open my character sheet.
He's
All right. Well,
Magic.
Maybe it's under gear. Where did you?
It's miscellaneous.
Misk.
Good old Misk.
Oh, what did I do? I did a Chummer import. I didn't mean to. Get me off the
Oh.
screen.
don't do that.
Oh, shit. Closed.
Yeah, John, I also deleted all my money because I got to give myself my 50,000 new yen back. Tough.
We get here.
All right, sorry. Give me one more moment here. I'm almost caught up. Okay.
All right. So
Well, he's giving you more than that, so don't write a number yet. By the way.
oh, God. Here
How?
we go.
I feel like there's.
What's up?
Walk you through.
I think that what we could use is a way to macro add money to our accounts. That's all.
So that's almost for you, is what you're saying?
Just something that we
Just
could
do
do.
the math and then just change
No,
the
because that
numbers.
way he can go like, boop, there's money for you all. And we don't have to be like,
Well, it's easy. So, like, you take a 2 that's at the front of the numbers, and you add 3 to it to go to 5. Pretty simple.
yeah, it's
But
easy
Toast,
right
mine
now
has a
for
one.
this one.
No.
Oh, yours is a 1. So
you guys-
take 1, you
Uh-huh.
add 3 more to it.
Okay.
Okay, so sorry. I think we're all ready. Are we all ready to go?
Yeah.
We're back at it? Okay.
Yep.
So Gunderston says, look, boys, when I gave you that job, I didn't expect there to be trouble. We've had a couple of these. They went off without a hitch. Sounds like you guys held your own. Cutter put in a good word for you. Stand-up guy. And I'm willing to give you all 5,000 for this one. And so he gives you all 5,000 again.
Chance that
Huh.
that's this plus this.
All right, I didn't even get shot.
Yeah, Chance should get more.
Look, the risk is the same for the job. You don't get it for failing to dodge.
He just came out. of
I
nowhere.
mean, he didn't really like fail to dodge. He just got shot. Like the guy just like
He
popped
was
him,
pretty
you know?
close, yeah.
And actually, realistically, it was kind of a bad shot. So you got kind of lucky. You could have been popped in the head, gone.
That's true.
Okay.
Seen
And then
happen.
you guys will get 6 karma for it because it was a feel-good job.
Wow.
Huge.
Well, we did not, as far as I'm aware, no citizens died.
Well, some citizens died. You just didn't really see or care about the ones that did.
Oh. Well, were they in the area we were supposed to be patrolling? Then that's
No,
not our
I
job.
mean,
People
well,
die all the time.
It's true.
I can't help that.
Isn't that the truth? And he raises a glass up and he puts it back down on the table.
I'll drink to that.
He said, so boys, I know you got some things to do back with Larry, but what's your plan around here? What are you guys thinking about? You guys hanging around? I could use a couple good runners.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know about these fellas, but I do have somebody I'm looking for. So, I might have to do that first, and then maybe we can get back here and do some work.
Did we talk to him about Michael already?
You did already briefly.
Okay,
So
that's what I thought.
if you wish to ask more about Michael now that you've completed his assignment, he may
We
have
have
more
trust.
to share. But
I feel like
Is
Darb
it-
should talk to him in this situation. Yeah.
if you don't remember,
Me
he
too.
basically said that to the best of his knowledge, Michael left several weeks ago to head to Seattle, and Josh followed suit. He doesn't know very specifically what their next
Okay.
step was. However, he might have the name of some Mr. Johnsons in that area who might be able to you hook up with potentially.
Yeah, I think why don't we, me and the boys here, why don't we sit down, maybe have a drink, and we'll kind of discuss our next steps here, what we're all thinking, get on the same page.
He looks at the bartender. These guys, drinks are on me for the night. Raises his glass to you.
Hey,
And then he kind of just stops looking at you. He moves on to the next thing. He's looking at it through his comm link at the next augmented thing that he wants to deal with.
Sure.
You fall in front of his night, he's out of his mind. So you guys can take a seat, you can talk, you can leave, whatever you guys want to do.
I'll pull up to the bar. I'll get a drink.
Oh, 1 second. Sorry, I forgot that I did. Something else. We have music, by the way.
oh, I was playing
How
Matt.
do I turn this on?
Oh,
Music, courtesy of Volt Mother. Check out Drusen.
I don't think I'm gonna be able to play the rest of this tonight. Oh, that went from ear to ear.
You guys
Oh,
are in a club, so it's a club.
I'm sorry. Why?
This kid.
I'll lower the volume a little bit so you guys can talk.
I think the volume
can,
is our own. Yeah.
Yeah, we can control it. Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, I'll get a drink. I'll sit down at the bar, kind of lean over, and I'll look at the rest of the group and say, like, what are you guys like? What are we thinking here? Do we have enough information just to run down into Seattle? We know he went to Seattle. That's all we got right now. Unless I'm missing something.
Darb thinks that you and I were we were trying to find this guy in the beginning, and I don't think we should hold ourselves up in any way possible. I think we should try to find this Michael, or wait, not Michael. It's so confusing. Darb never understands who he's supposed to be looking for. So Yumi, you gotta help me out.
We're looking for Michael. I think you were right.
No. So,
Yep.
just to recap, you're looking for Joshua.
Josh is looking
yeah.
for Michael.
Oh, Joshua.
We're looking
Michelle
for
Stumple.
Michael by
But
association.
By
Joshua.
proxy, you're looking for Michael
Yeah.
because the other part that Mr. H
the
has paid you for is
love.
to figure out what Michael was up to when he got gunned down.
The law of
Joshua.
transfusions.
Mm-hmm.
We're looking for
Well,
Joshua.
we know that the guy back at the hotel is waiting with some information as per doing this job, but I think it could be wise for us to gather resources and make sure we're more prepared before going off on our next mission.
And why don't we?
Yumi,
Yeah.
do you hear that thing? Because like with the music and his voice and the mat, could you just take off your mask? Darb doesn't like trying to hear you with the music in your mask. Just take it off.
You know, everyone wears a mask if you think about it.
And you just see like a sense of dread over Darb's face when you said that. And then he starts to like grab at his face. Darb doesn't really think you. But Darb doesn't have a mask. Oh wait, Darb does have a mask. And I go into my pack, and he's got like this helmet that he can sometimes that's fixed to his face and his horns and fits perfectly well for missions that require maybe a little bit cleaner air in certain situations or whatever. And he tries his best night sprinter impersonation. I'm Darb, and I make witty comments to make it less eerie around here.
That's pretty good.
Okay, so why don't let's ask Gunderson if he's got a contact down in Seattle. Maybe we can get a head start or a lead on something. But after that, I think we could go back, talk to Larry, see what he's got for us. All right, I slam the rest of my drink and I'll turn around. I'll say, Gunderson, one quick thing, if you don't mind.
Boys, what's up?
You wouldn't happen to know somebody down in Seattle that could maybe point us in any kind of direction? Maybe somebody that Michael may have. Oh no, my Discord. What happened? Oh, it's back.
I don't know anything
cowboy just goes
I
dark
don't know
for a
anything
second.
about any Discord, but like, I think we're jiving, buddy.
Yeah, like anybody that he worked with, anybody that he even mentioned, even like another, Mr. Johnson or something like that. Just any sort of.
Yeah, so Michael wasn't really a talker, and Josh didn't give me anything to work on. What I can tell you is I can tell you where I pointed them, which is to a gentleman named Caleb Brightmore.
Great.
He's a little bit of a higher end Mr. Johnson over on that side of Seattle. We've worked together in past runners back and forth before when they need to either lay low or move up in the world. Are you boys trying to get to Seattle? Because that's going to be its own trouble, and maybe we can help you with that.
Well, our path is going to lead there at some point.
Yeah.
Because I'm looking around and I see some people who can't carry half the shit they're wearing into Seattle.
Yeah, I'm not worried about myself, but maybe some of these guys. You know what I mean?
Aren't you carrying like 3 duffel bags?
Yeah, you know what's fucking suspicious about a duffel bag when somebody's traveling? Not as much as when somebody's traveling with a fucking open grenade launcher like this motherfucker.
Do you have an extra duffel bag? Do you need all of the duffel bags?
No, I got one duffel bag.
Launchers.
One duffel bag.
I got one duffel bag. I got a fanny pack.
Fanny packs are nice. I think I could use one of those.
Would you like Darb to put this on his back and then cover it with the jacket? Would that help?
No.
Darb's gonna try.
No, you can walk around however the fuck you want. All I'm saying is if we're trying to go from here to Seattle, we're going to have a goddamn problem if we're strapped to the goddamn nines.
What kind of problem do you think we're gonna have?
Have you
I'll show you a problem.
I am Queens Boulevard.
DK just looked at the camera with such a Jim from The Office expression. I could not believe it. Oh.
So yeah, I guess it depends what you boys want to do to get to Seattle. I mean, I can maybe hook you up with a coyote who will smuggle your stuff in. We got some options. Sometimes we need some extra legal procurement and movement of resources. If you want to strap down and need some storage, I'm willing to lease you some space. Raj, he's in and out of Seattle all the time. We do more legitimate, need to use air quotes, business with the rest of my family over on that side. So moving is not a problem as long as you've got identification that would hold up to minor scrutiny that you might need a day into Seattle.
Holy shit, tell me you fucking have some kind of identification.
Darb has a great identifying. But I have this great, and he tries to show you a little card.
Fucking, let me see that. You got yours printed? What the fuck century are you from?
It's actually a library card.
It's like a pizza cutout card. You get your 12th one for free. It's just a puncher. Darb, obviously, if you haven't noticed, Darb's not really good with words. So Darb has to have a lot of items to show who Darb is in certain situations. So Darb had this created to show people that Darb's okay to go from here to there to here to there.
Yeah, when you go from here to there to here to there, you bringing the grenade launcher with you, or what's the plan there exactly?
Yeah, Darb's never had a problem of having a grenade launcher.
I'll bet.
Well, let me tell you, Seattle's gonna have a problem.
So Gunderson, you're saying that you know a guy that can get our stuff. Like, I got a lot of stuff. Our stuff into Seattle.
I mean, I'm not gonna vouch for the guy personally. I can tell you we've used them before, and nothing went awry. But to say that I trust the coyote as far as I can throw him is maybe a stretch.
What do they charge?
You can throw somebody pretty far, I bet.
Darb can.
I used to use state football.
I'm glad the American
lore
game
drop.
is still alive. What?
Hey, right quick, most coyotes I know of don't really do that shit for free. So what are we looking at?
Yeah, I mean, it kind of depends what you're trying to move across. Again, I ask, are you trying to bring everything that you own? That's going to take probably the water route across the border.
Nozzle just looks very depressing and defeatedly at Darb.
Why? Do I have something on me still? Darb thought he got all
Look,
the
I'm not going to say that it's going to be impossible to move all your stuff. I think we can figure that out. But it's going to cost more if you're trying to move everything on your person.
Well, yeah. Well, that's not what I'm necessarily looking at doing. Listen, here's the deal. You see the troll. You try. You want to. You want to.
Can't not see the troll.
That exactly. You want to try to get him to move without his toys? By all means, but it's not the easiest thing in the fucking world.
Sure.
That's all
I
I'm
mean,
saying.
I can make some calls. You want me to figure out a number, just assuming that everything I see is moving?
Certainly everything on him, yeah.
Okay.
I can travel light, but I prefer to move in the dark.
Let's,
That was a good one.
that was good.
Not even mad.
So, my plan, if Raj is bringing you back and forth, probably just a daylight crossing. He takes you very literally. things are less concerning to security, and I might know a guy on the day shift.
Okay. Can you ballpark us? What we're looking at to smuggle this stuff?
Oh, man, fucking grenade launcher.
And
Don't forget, this motherfucker's chromed out to the nines.
That I'm not gonna lie, that's gonna be its own level of
Yeah, exactly.
difficult.
I can
Sorry,
take care of that.
don't-
I think I can take care of that.
What?
Don't worry about that.
Okay.
What do you mean?
I just look at you. I can take care of it.
I'm not disagreeing with you. I just don't know how the fuck you do that. What do you mean?
I just put my hand in. Just trust me. all right?
Fucking Christ. All right, the Glow Boy's got it. Just kidding.
Nations beyond your mind that you could never comprehend.
Yeah. No, it's mysterious.
I mean, if we don't have to deal with trying to hide a full-grown troll somehow,
well, Dar's
Well, I
not
mean,
really
here's
I
the
mean,
thing,
we're
he'll-
probably looking at anywhere between 2,000 and 2,500 to move what I'm seeing here. It's gonna be pricey. People don't do it
for what it's worth. He's still gonna be pretty big. I can't do too much about that. I can kind of do something about that. We'll see.
Trolls are allowed in the city of Seattle. It's more
Yeah.
if they see any of the restricted hardware he's got on him, you know.
Yeah, that also reminds me.
Darb has been to Seattle. I don't. We talk about this later, but Darb's been to Seattle. Darb's fine. Darb's gonna be okay getting into the city, looking like this,
Yeah,
looking
no.
like this.
We've worked it out a few times.
Okay. Well, let me contact my guy. I'm gonna guess somewhere around 2,500, but that don't quote me on that, you know. And he gives you one of them like looks because he made it.
Yeah, I know the business, man. I get that.
I've been a DM before.
So you guys want to go back and talk to Larry? Here's my direct number, and he gives you a number to call his comlink directly. If you need him in the future, you can now reach out to him via a call rather than coming here in person.
And just so I know, above table, what's that phone number for the comic?
It's actually 555.
Got it.
Go fuck yourself.
792.
1314.
Got it. Perfect. Thank you.
Yep, I can't remember what I just said. Go ahead. I can agree with whatever you tell me you're dialing.
5. 5.
All right, so anything else you guys got, boys?
No.
Darb has this towel of the Halloweener blood. Do you want this?
Consider it a souvenir.
The fuck is he gonna do with the towel?
Well, Darb could cover up the grenade launcher with a towel. Do you think that'd help?
Yeah, cover the grenade launcher up with a bloody fucking towel. That way they won't notice the grenade launcher. I didn't even think of that. Let's get out of here. Jesus
Darb
Christ.
starts to wrap the grenade launcher with the towel.
All right, so at this point, the party has disengaged from Gunderson. You can call him at any time using the number that I just gave you. And we are going to shift ourselves back to...
One of the things, real quick, this was from before. So Sins, help me understand.
Mhm.
Would people have an actual physical copy of the Sin on them? I know I had it
no.
for Darb.
No.
So would there been any way for skin grafter to get his sin to be used as a fake, if you will.
No, Skingraft was sinless. He lives in Redmond full time. He was off grid, homegrown.
Okay.
He
Oh,
would have
for
had
sure,
nothing
yeah.
that would have been important from a sin perspective.
That was the part that I forgot to ask you
No,
earlier.
none
like,
of those gangers would have
Hell
had
no, no.
anything worth trying to steal
Yep.
from that perspective. Nope.
Okay. Cool.
As we're leaving, I just want to make sure that I like quietly and subtly I leave a black card on the table before we go.
Okay. Do you leave
Yep.
it next to Gunderson, or do you leave it just on a random table?
Oh, on next on Gunderson's table that he was at. I placed it down while nobody's looking,
Okay.
and then make my leave.
And Gunderson doesn't notice it for a while. He's been drinking. He's been there all day doing business. And sometime in the middle of the night, he looks at it, and there seems to be something in the glow of the nightclub, but
I was gonna ask, does this nightclub have black light?
it's got some definite lighting that might be across it, but it's not well enough established that I would say it's any clear image. It's just as these laser light things to ambiance just kind of fly around.
Okay.
So he
Okay.
catches a flicker, but he doesn't see much more than that.
Gotcha. Cool.
Unless you want him to.
Oh no, it's just part of my.
Okay.
I actually forgot to leave my card at the scene of the other crime. That's
If you
on
would like
me.
to retcon
I'm
that,
gonna.
I'm fine with that.
Yeah, I also left a black card at the scene of like
Where
the
did you leave
pile
it
of
the
the
last
bodies, like at the pile of bodies. Like when, when I walk into so Wild Toast was shanking everyone in the cerebellum. I came up and I like tossed a black card next
Could
to
you
the
give
next to
me
the
a
pile.
sleight of hand versus Toast's perception? Because you were doing it while
Absolutely.
Would it be palming
correct?
or
Oh, palming. you're right.
I think so.
Sorry.
Yeah.
It's palming.
No.
Yeah.
That's. I think this is the first slide of palming that we've done. So
Slide
yeah,
of
no, that's
palming.
whatever.
And you want perception from me?
I want you. Well, it depends. Vagil, was Night Sprinter doing this while he was stabbing things? Was Darb in the area that you would have noticed? He had the potential to notice you place it.
I mean, he pretty soon after that, he like get up and leave, right? So yeah, that's probably the only window. Yeah. So yeah, he was there.
Okay, I just want to make
was
like
there.
if you came in afterwards and snuck it in, that's fine. If there's some crossover, then theoretically Darb is able to see it, right? Like he might have
Yes.
caught you doing
Sure.
something. So go ahead.
That
Give
sounds
me,
like fun. Let's do it. Yeah.
I'm in. God, this is
I rolled it.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
Oh, you don't palm very well, do you, buddy?
No, I don't.
I expected far more sweetness.
Wait, did I do it twice? I apologize if I did it twice.
No, you only did it once.
Oh, you're good.
And unfortunately, because you were distracted, I'm going to modify that pool by 2. So you did not see him place it.
Okay.
Because you weren't
Yeah,
actively
sure.
looking for this man, right?
No,
Like,
I'm actively
but
making sure
if you would have nailed the roll, I would have given it to you. But I'm not going to give it a straight roll considering what else was going on.
All right.
So
Continues
your
to be
card,
dark and mysterious.
Did you put it on one of the bodies, or just is it lying on
Yes.
top of them?
I tossed it onto the one of the bodies, just like it floats down and lands
Then
right on the
for
chest.
if it ever comes back, I don't know that you necessarily know this, but Snow and the doctors would have been cleaning up the bodies to some degree, right? Getting them out of there to somewhere.
Yep.
And one of the doctors would have noticed it and then given it to Snow. Snow has your card now.
Awesome.
No idea what to do
Awesome.
with it, so it's just a blank card. She's probably going to toss it
For now.
in the next little bit.
There you go. My dude.
Okay.
So far, this hasn't come back to bite me in the ass yet.
Yeah.
All right.
Yes.
You guys make your way back to the lovely Stoker's Coffin Motel. You walk in the door. It's still the same day, technically, that you left this place, right? So just as far as time goes, keep in mind, you guys left this morning, late morning, early afternoon. You guys went and did Black Monday stuff. You went to the jump house. It's now probably like 8:30, maybe 9. It's roughly night. And you guys have come back. You're able to get there, walk in just fine. Roger gives you guys a quick goodbye from the car. He peels out gently because he doesn't want to hurt the tires. And you guys can go in and talk to Larry, should you like. Larry's there. This is his full-time gig. So we're gonna activate this.
I know it's been a day, but it feels like 2 weeks since I saw this place.
It does indeed.
As we're walking in, Darb's gonna go over to Yumi. Yumi, did you drink and ditch? Did you pay for your drink at the bar?
Gunderson paid for it.
Yeah, we paid for all our drinks.
Yep.
Did you have a drink?
Darb should have got a drink.
Maybe got a drink then. Pay attention. All right.
And as soon as we walk in, I'm gonna go right to where the continental breakfast is and see if there's any.
It is the same food as before.
I'll start going right to it. I'm gonna start eating.
Okay.
Not the same layout, the same food as before.
Yeah. No, same food. It is now. He does it. He flips it out every 3 days.
Never had a crunchy jelly donut before. That's weird.
Okay, so you guys are here. You can talk again. I don't have a front room for Larry, but he's sitting behind his bulletproof, little like movie theater looking screen with a little talkie thing in it, and you guys come in the door.
Larry,
Yeah, what's up?
took care of your little job you had for us. Went pretty
Yeah,
well.
thanks, guys. I got a call from Gunderson, and he said, great job, and thanked me for sending him over. In fact, I got a little bit of a cut, so thanks.
Yeah, sure thing.
So about those rooms,
What?
not your rooms, Michael and Joshua's rooms. You still interested?
Yeah, we're still interested. That's why we fucking just did that job. What do you mean we're still interested?
Hey, things change. I don't know what you said to Gunderson.
In the last day? Yeah, we're still interested in the rooms.
All right. And hold please, because I think I had how much he gave you as a discount written down here.
Good, because I sure as shit didn't write it
I
down.
was gonna say,
Looking at my notes. No.
I think
I didn't. I just put discount. And that I didn't write down the number.
It's fine because he's giving you a discount. So you know what? He originally said that it was
Wait, I fucking
30.
paid for the rooms already.
no, not the room.
And no, the information.
Josh and Michael out of
You gotta pay for
but
that
he
too?
had, yeah.
Yes. Well, we got a
So it
discount
was-
for doing the
it was
job.
3,500 new yen originally, right? Because it was the 2,500 for the rooms and then $1,000 handling fee, if you will. And he's willing to cut that total in half. So he is now doing for it's half of 3,500, so
1,750.
1,750. Yeah.
Darb. 3,000.
Math was it?
Yep.
3,000.
Pretty revolutionary year.
So 1,750. That's what we're working with. I'm turning to the group. I know we all just got fucking paid, but I paid for these rooms, so
Did you pay for just the rooms, or did you? Pay
I paid
with
for
the
all.
discount
I paid for all of our rooms.
You did.
Right.
I still don't know why.
I don't know why you
I
just
was trying to make a good first impression.
Well, I appreciate it. It's
Yeah,
actually very nice. You know, it's pretty uncommon. All right. Hey, so what? Fuck me. What's the number we need again?
1,750.
Darb can give you the 1,750. Dude, Darb
Yeah.
doesn't need anything. Darb just wants food, and I got food, so you can take money from Darb.
It's
Fucking
it's
all right, take money from me.
437. It's like 437 a person, and then 2 people are 438.
Or hear me out. 1750 from the troll.
Darb will take out a wallet that has Velcro on it.
Fucking paper money.
Darb has some IOUs in here. How does Darb give you the money that Gunderson gave us? Darb also thinks Larry may have gone mute. Larry?
Oh, apparently I hit a button. I've said a whole
I
bunch.
got tapping on the glass.
Larry just stared into space for a moment, unmoving for 30 seconds, like a glitch in the Matrix. He actually said, "You know what? Don't at 1500, we'll call it even."
Okay. Well, Darb
I don't know
doesn't
if
know how
that's
to
better
give
than
you.
16. You know what? 1600 in case you guys want to split it. If you don't want to split it, it's fine. But everything's going to be divisible by 4 from here on out.
Let Darb understand this. If I give you the money straight up, Darb pays 1500. But if we give you money together, it's
just
1600.
pay the man.
Sure.
Do we? So does Darb give you money by?
Slot the cred, troll.
Oh,
And he...
We went over this before. You have like what a cred stick?
it's like a USB
looking-
phone grab?
It's usually
Something like
look
that.
in your back pocket. You might have put it in your back pocket again.
Oh, Darb had the wallet in one side, the
Mm.
cred stick's in the other side. Left cheek, left cheek, left cheek.
The world's tallest toddler known to man.
He reaches out, swipes the cred stick, slots it in his thing, deducts the 1500, hands it back to you.
Got it. Okay. That was really fast.
And he's like, wait here. And he goes through a back room that connects to the main hall. You see him walk down the hallway. And he unlocks 2 of the rooms. 1 second, because I am on you and I can't see. It's not in your hallway. So he's going to come back and inspect you. They're down here. And it's basically I'm not going to make it because it's ridiculous, but it's the same hallway, same looks of the hallway, but we're going to say that for the purposes of rooms, it is wait, you guys were all on the north side. It's the last 2 on the right, for sake of arguments. So down here. Why can't I pick?
All right.
This one and this one. Doors are open. Inside, the first one is Joshua's room. Oh, actually, you know what? The first one's Michael's room because it's funnier. Michael's room is completely empty. Nothing in there. The reason being, when you get to Joshua's room, you see all of Michael's stuff is already in there. Joshua has already been through, ransacked Michael's stuff, put it into his room, and so it's all there. So in the last room, Joshua's room, you actually find give me a second here because I gotta read off a little list to you.
It should have been like Storage Wars where you have to open the door first and then I bid on the fucking storage door or on the storage unit or whatever.
Look, man had rooms to pay for. It doesn't matter that somebody'd been in them. So the first thing that you're gonna find is a letter that is addressed to Michael. It's committed to actual paper because they didn't want potentially any digital signature of it. And it just says, M, I don't trust our Johnson and neither should you. His story just doesn't wash and you know it. I'm out on this one. I hope you skip out as well. I'll wait for you at Terraslar City Inn in the Polyup Barrens. And that's spelled
Terraslar City.
like...
I'm gonna tell you right now, I nailed it. I guarantee you I fucking nailed the spelling of this.
And I'm sure it sounds more Scottish or Gaelic than that because all of the Elven words in this game are generally pulled from like a Gaelic pronunciation. So it's probably Terraslar.
I got the T in it. Yep, nailed it. Terraslar City in which where? Like
and again, I don't know how to pronounce this either, and I probably should. The Puyallup?
Puyallup, yeah. Puyallup.
It is written like
Puyallup.
this. Puyallup. Puyallup.
Puyallup. That's not how you spell that. That's how you spell this.
And it's signed specifically Tabitha Shale. So this is the full thing just for the sake of the matter. Here.
Oh.
There.
Oh, nice. So there's a new name involved.
There's
Tabitha.
a new name. Additionally, you find a duffel. And you find
That's
some,
for you, Darb.
and you find some
For the gun to go into.
generally
Now Chance is muted.
I just said this is what we needed.
Generally unimportant clothes and things. There's nothing of any real importance in like the clothing or armament kind of variety. There's an
Human
old
clothes?
comlink, human clothes, should you wish. And then there is a comlink though. It's older and there might be information stored
Yeah, there's
on
stuff
it.
on
You
it?
can't access it easy. Yeah,
Hey, give me that shit.
sure.
The fucking comic, give me it.
Yeah.
But this is Darb. Darb bought the room.
Tell you what, let me take a little look-see at the comlink, and I'll give it back when I'm done. Sound good?
Darb doesn't entirely trust you just because you use numbers and stuff. But here you go.
Great.
Just because you use the numbers.
I mean, I also don't trust people who use numbers as well. I feel like that's fair.
When we can, I'd like to plug in and see if there's anything in there. I don't
Sure.
want to interrupt if you've got other descriptions here.
Nope. And then there's a cred stick with 3,000 new yen on it.
Yeah, I'm fucking rich. So, question:
Yeah.
do you just like take two cred sticks and put them together, or like how do I?
It makes a baby. That's the.
So essentially,
One of them is civil rights. One of them is Allison.
for the purposes of the game and ease of description of stuff, you're essentially going to use the cred stick to upload it to an account, and then withdraw and put X amount on a cred stick that you could hand to someone. And we're not going to track how many cred sticks necessarily you have, right?
I mean,
But
some
you
of
would
us might.
essentially- Okay, well, you can.
All right, I have.
I'm fine
cred
if you
sticks.
use it like a debit card, essentially, because that's kind of what it is, but you'd be potentially withdrawing, slotting, handing it over as a payment, and then that would become their cred stick to do with what they want normally.
I see. Does that cred stick have a name on it by chance, or is it just a
All right.
device that looks like a USB thumb drive?
This is not tied to any individual. There are different levels of cred sticks that have different levels of security. This is obviously just part of the underground Shadowrun kind of universe, is that
Okay.
they have kind of illicit ones that are zero protection. If you are in possession of the cred stick, you are in possession of the funds.
It's like a gift card, like one of those like gift cards that are available anywhere. Yeah,
Yeah.
Is it Amazon gift card?
yeah. Not like an Amazon, but like the
The Visa
So
one.
the
Yeah,
the
exactly,
irony
yeah.
is
Yeah.
that yes, if you would have paid for the room, you would have gotten your money back in a little. So
I did.
well, not technically. You would have lost money overall unless you did the job. Did you give the comlink to your decker to look at or no?
I did. Yeah.
Okay. For the sake of argument, I'm not going to make you roll, right? So you plug into it. I mean, if you want to, you can roll. You know what? Go ahead, roll for putting your mark on it and accessing the information inside of it.
Well, no, I don't want
Nope, now you got it.
Opportunity for a critical glitch.
If you critical glitch, then it's going to fry. You're going to have to figure out some other stuff.
to. You want me to roll for a mark on it?
Yeah.
Oh,
Or write like a hack on the go or whatever, hack on the fly.
5 hits.
Perfect. You are able to put a mark on it. It recognizes you.
Uh-huh.
Would you like to access the folders that are there? Would you like to know what you are seeing?
Yep.
So essentially there's a folder that says contacts, and there is essentially a messages folder that has recent messages that have come back and forth. Where would you like to look first?
I'm going to copy over every single message onto my deck.
You are able to do that. There are essentially 6 messages. 4 of them are nothing that you can decipher as important, but 2 of them, one of them is to one of them is to the Johnson, Caleb Brightmore and says, I need to get this figured out soon. I need to know where Michael is. I need to meet up. And it's a response from Caleb Brightmore saying, meet me in downtown Seattle at the Matchstick and we'll discuss. Matchstick is a pub or a bar in downtown Seattle.
All right.
I'm aware.
In Irish? Oh.
No, I'm not aware.
And the other one is essentially a message to Ivana Haversheen.
I want to have her shin too, you know what I mean?
So she has an MD at the end of her signature, and she does seem to have a contact on the deck as well.
Right.
It's basically checking up. The message basically says, "Hey Ivana, I need to know if everything's okay with Stark," and a response from her saying, "He came in pretty bloody, but we patched him up."
All right, so we're looking for.
So from this, basically, you have a Stark. You've got Dr. Ivana Haversheen, which is one of the contacts within it. I'll just give you it. She works at Seattle General. And Caleb Brightmore is
Josh's
another
fixer,
contact in
yeah.
there. Yep.
And then what was the patient's name?
Stark.
Stark.
You don't have any more.
Wait, what was the bar that Brightmore?
Matchstick.
Matchstick. Okay.
All right.
Oh man.
Ivana Haverstein.
Ivana
I always
Haversheen.
I always underline like proper nouns in my notes, and there's just lines all over the place.
Mine is a box around any person's name, and I've got boxes all over my fucking notepad right now.
Okay.
I've been in the other room the whole time you guys have been doing this. I've just been like looking around, like there's got to be something, because I didn't like there's. I'll come back a few minutes later. I'm like, just find anything. This room is completely empty.
We got all kinds of shit in here.
Oh shit.
So, with that information, you guys kind of have to decide what your next move is, right? So, I'm not going to help you with that necessarily unless you need it. I'll let you guys discuss. What do you think should be your next play?
Oh,
and
finding
actually,
Brightmore might be a good
sorry.
idea.
Full disclosure, from a Karma and Nguyen spending situation, I'm not going to do a shopping episode if at all possible. So if you have an amount of Nguyen that you wish to purchase something, just let me know what you want to purchase, right? And we'll figure it out. And it'll arrive in a day or two, depending how rare and how hard it is to acquire, right? You've got a contact that has access in Seattle itself, so you can pretty much acquire most of the basic things you might need. For Karma, you can spend it every time that a day passes, essentially. So almost like a long rest scenario. So at the end of this day, if one of you wanted to use the Karma that you received, you're fully able to. All right, continue.
I was just gonna say, I think the best lead that we have, I mean, it's either going to the Matchstick in downtown Seattle, right?
Right.
Or we're going to Terrace Law City Inn to find Tabitha. Like,
I mean, we could check out Caleb Brightmore, but also we could try to get a hold of this Dr. Haversheen and see who the fuck Stark is, right?
I mean, that's interesting, for sure.
If Stark lived, and like they might have information on Joshua's whereabouts.
Kind of like that's good. I like that.
But is Stark the?
I have my hands in my pockets and I'm pacing back and forth. It's like, yes, that's good.
Is Stark the Johnson that we aren't supposed to trust per the letter, though?
Brightmore.
No, Brightmore
is the Johnson.
So we
So
want to
technically speaking, just for clarification, the letter said, "I don't trust our Johnson, and neither should you." Brightmore is a name in his contact list that is a Mr. Johnson, and it is the Mr. Johnson that Mr. Gunderson has pointed you as kind of the next level Johnson that works out of Seattle. So there is no direct statement connecting our Johnson and Brightmoor. Do with that what you will.
Where's Polyop? Where's that at?
Well, if we go back to the main map,
South side of Seattle.
Is it pretty far?
Not too far.
you'll see that Redmond is up here where you are currently, and Puyallup is to the south.
It's way down there. That's pretty far.
Raj
Yeah,
can
it's
drive
way
it.
it's way south of downtown, basically.
And where's Seattle?
Man.
Seattle is literally the whole middle of this map.
Okay.
And in fact, you guys are kind of in a suburb of Seattle right now.
This is downtown.
Okay. That's what I kind of figured when you said. So you said the whole center of the map is
Central
Puyallup
downtown is Seattle. North downtown is Seattle. South downtown is Seattle. And that's kind of that chunk on the left is what would be Seattle downtown. And then everything else would generally be referred to as its name, Bellevue, the Council Island, right?
Gotcha.
Puyallup, and up north,
outside of
Snohomish.
South of Seattle. Okay.
So this Ivana. Say we wanted to find Ivana. Seattle General. What do we know about Seattle General?
Seattle General is basically the largest hospital in downtown Seattle.
Okay. So we can go downtown and we can try to find her and Brightmoor potentially. Or maybe we go Polyop first, find Tabitha, see what happens there, and then go downtown. So we have two people downtown that we could talk to. It'd be easier going in to find two things instead of going in, going out, going in, going out. I'm just spitballing here.
No, that's not. That's that's a fair point. But here's my thing. We don't. I guess Tabitha seems friendly enough. My thought was if we get information from Dr. Haversheen, fucking Haversheen.
Straight from the second game. Sorry.
Yep. If we get information from Dr. Haversheen, we could, I don't know, man. My thought is the information that we have is that Stock is much more friendly to Joshua, right? So, Tabitha seems all right. She's saying that we don't trust the Johnson, whatever.
Yeah.
That's the only thing we got, right? I don't know.
Seems like we need to avoid Mr. Brightmoor until we have more information.
Yeah, you're very bright.
10 out of 10 for that
Love
whole
my
line.
friend so much. Love you guys so much. Darb just wants to point out though, to get to the Polyop, we have to go through. So are we going down and through, and then coming back up after?
We would try to avoid as much
We don't want to pay
issues
tolls,
that we
but
would. Yeah, we would try to avoid as much conflict. as
We're not taking the
possible,
fucking highway. Is that what you're saying?
Darb just want to make sure that if we're trying to take the back roads
So,
to Polyop.
so the most straightforward way would be to take the highway that would generally pass through a portion of Seattle. The only area that is super cut off, or at least guarded per se, is going to be from outside of the Seattle districts, and then basically the highways in from Redmond, right? So there is some level of protection because Redmond is lawless and gangless. Within Seattle proper, it's all policed, right? You've got Lone Star, which provides security for everything, and they have resources. It's a metro, right? So once you're through that border, as long as you don't make waves, no one's stopping every car that drives in the city to look for things. So you could travel through Seattle to Puyallup and back again fairly unobtrusively. It's primarily crossing from Redmond into any of the neighboring kind of Seattle districts.
No, that makes
That's going to be the hard jump.
Darb just wanted to, reiterate what Nas was saying, that we should just, we gotta avoid my grenade launcher. So,
Or you could just
Darb
not
wanna
fucking
go-
bring the grenade launcher. What are we going to do? Demolitions? We're going to go talk to somebody.
I would like to mention that you seemed very affected at stabbing things.
Yeah, what the fuck you do with a grenade launch? You are a grenade. Christ.
Well, you're not gonna be able to throw Darb. Darb is very heavy, very tall, very good.
That's a good point.
But there might be a situation where how are we gonna get into a wall?
He's got.
I can get into walls.
Yeah, I'm pretty good at getting through doors too.
Not doors. Darb is great at doors. So, but walls.
Oh, you're the fucking door whisperer. All right, come on now. Let's. Okay, so here's the thing. Puyolup's on the way. Huh? It's on the way. Let's go to Seattle and then go to Puyallup. On the way.
Sure.
I like that plan.
Great. Let's fucking go.
You mean Darb might not want to go to Seattle yet?
Fucking, why? Does Darb need a nap?
No. Darb might be a little bit wanted from the last job. Not the one we just did it with the hospital, and then the one with Yumi before that with the ice cream shop, and then the one before that with the what was that other one? Darb already forgot. But there's another one that's before that one. And Darb might be a little bit wanted from doing things that Darb wasn't supposed to be doing. Darb kind of maybe got pinned for that job. Not sure exactly what. Anyways, Darb just wants to let you know that going to Seattle, unless we're going there for something strategic, we shouldn't go to Seattle.
Oh yeah, no, great. We got a fucking big ass troll with a price on his head.
Like I said, we have ways of getting around this. I'm gonna walk up to Darb, and Larry's not looking at us, right?
Larry's back in his booth. You guys are down in the room.
And I said, look, we've been in some shit, all right? You guys have too. Don't tell me you haven't. We've gone around a lot of shit. And I'll put my hand on Darb, and I'm gonna cast physical mask. And Darb turns into the thing that Darb's his appearance changes in ways that the whatever Darb which way what do you usually look like when I change you?
Yeah, fucking you decide.
This feels like homework that wasn't done by a pathetic person. Almost like the GM should have an alternate art created for what Darb turns into, but doesn't have it. And so at this point, what does Darb turn into?
Just a very pale complexion. Uses the
Your
horns.
for just so you know, your size doesn't change. You can like lose horns or do whatever you want to do, but like you think it's smaller.
Okay.
So you'd still be like troll physique.
Yeah. So very pale complexion. The horns are now covered by blonde flowing hair that is kind of like wrapped up in a bun to help cover all of that. Very much black eyeshadow with just rosy cheeks and green lipstick, and the beard is completely gone, and very lengthy features. Like the muscle is still kind of there, but it's a little bit more feminine, and the body is a little bit more slender. But I can't get any taller, but it looks like I'm a little bit taller than what I normally am. I'm
just the illusion of stretch, you know?
Stretch, yeah, exactly.
Mm-hmm. You wear black to slim. I get it.
Yeah. Uh-oh.
I'm rolling my spell.
Oh, we're good.
That probably doesn't matter.
We're good.
Okay.
And a lot of the hard tone features of a troll have kind of slimmed down to be more of a humanoid or human look. But not so much that it can't be, because with a 2, that's probably shitty. But with a 2, he still can kind of tell some of the troll features, but more maybe of a mix.
Well, the
like
2 was the
is that the drain?
The drain
My
resist.
drain, yeah.
Okay.
I took some stun damage to do this.
I would too, from the way I was.
Like, okay.
Darb has used this. Look quite often with Yumi, and we have passed through every inspection, no problems.
We've kind of perfected the look. It's taken some time.
Oh yeah, no, it looks fucking
We've been adding
amazing.
a little bit more. We've been adding a little bit more. Darb won a beauty pageant.
I'll bet. Hey, Darb, how tall are you?
7'9" now.
Yeah, I just wondered. All right, let's fucking go.
You're not into the little,
No.
a little bit taller than you, Nozzle?
I think if he was a vampire, someone would definitely want to interview him.
Okay. So, just for the sake of my knowledge, do you have a sin by chance that matches this altered form?
Of course it doesn't.
Darb?
Yes, this one, the very elegant sin, the alternate sin. So I have my Darb sin,
Okay.
and then I have my other sin, which I'm trying to find in my possessions here, and I don't remember where they're at.
Because I'd like to have a name for this individual.
Oh yes, the name on the sin is Dante Ashford Reinhardt Blackwell.
Okay, got it. So, not confusing at all. So, your real name is Dante Ashford. Yada yada.
No, my
yada.
real name's Darb.
Okay.
My
And
sin
your-
is Dante
Well-
Ashford Reinhardt Blackwell.
So you have a primary sin under Darb, and you've got a fake sin for Dante.
Correct. When I was trying to purchase it from the person that was making the sin for me, I couldn't come up with a better name than my real name, so I gave him my real name. But my real name is actually Dante, or excuse me, Darb. But my sin fake name for this presentation is Dante Ashford Reinhardt Blackwell.
Okay, that's not going to be confusing at all. Got it. So, okay, so we've proven that at least under visual inspection, and the spell does affect everything basically, right? So it can affect technological systems as well, cameras and whatnot. So from a wanted perspective, unless someone sees through this somehow, right, or is aware that magic is being employed and tries to sense and discover it, or try to dispel it, or other such lovely things. Darb is to the world Dante, a tall, blonde, green lipsticked, effeminate man troll.
Yes.
Okay, just making sure I understood.
I feel like he would have a killer rock career in the 80s, you know?
Yep. Don't forget the guy line. Very important.
I absolutely just put Toast on the spot to do that, by the way.
Yeah, thank you. You gotta give me something. I could have written something out that just completely talked about him, but you know what? Now we get this.
Looking like fucking gold dust over here.
Okay, so is there anything else you guys want to discuss today? Do you want to call up Gunderson and try to work through the plan? Do you... I guess I'm trying to figure out when/how you want to approach this border crossing. And again, what you're trying to bring along. Because you either have to pay Gunderson's coyotes to move across your stuff and meet up with it and reprocure it and then smuggle it somewhere, or you're taking things across with Raj in the car and trying to go just balls deep through the checkpoint between Redmond and Bellevue on your way to downtown Seattle.
Look,
I mean, theoretically, if you guys want to be real off the beaten path, you could go through some of the not as thick security and head kind of to the... It's a little bit of a longer route. I don't know exactly how we do it, but there are areas that are more wilderness, that are more paracreature kind of full, that are kind of the off the beaten path countryside kind of crossings between the two areas, where one could, during large swaths of unfenced, unborder security type of stuff, try to pass. But you would know that generally speaking, the Border Patrol does employ spirits to patrol these areas and look for signs of crossing, or signs of awakened users, or incursions from potential creatures that are of another worldly nature. So
look,
choose your adventure, my friends.
Look, I got like nothing. I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I got this, and I pull out like a gun that I had like waistbanded behind like my belt, and I'm literally holding it like I don't really know how to use it. I'm like, I could give two shits if I leave this here. I could throw this out the window. I don't care. So I'll tuck it back in my waistband.
Yeah, I got all kinds of shit I want to bring with me, but like,
you guys.
Listen, all right, here's the fucking deal, Darb.
Yeah.
You want
Still
to
looks like that, by the way.
whatever the fuck your
Dante.
name is? Sure, Dante. Do you want to bring your grenade launcher.
Yes.
Why?
So we discussed this. There might be an opportunity for me to use it. We
At
almost
the
had to use it
fucking
with the crap back
hospital?
there. Yeah, well, maybe. I mean,
Yeah,
maybe not the hospital, but-
come on.
well, Dante's not exactly sure if there might be a need for it to get out of a hairy situation.
At the hospital.
I do wanna.
Patient uprising.
Dante realizes that you might not think shit can go down at a hospital, but shit goes down in Seattle all the time.
Sure. Does any of that shit necessitate high explosive rounds? Thoughts?
One time.
One? Oh,
It one time.
yeah, I'll bet.
Now, I will say, the one time I did use it was the time that I got wanted for afterwards. So, I'm not saying that it's a one-to-one. It's not a causality. It's what's the other one? I can't
Correlation.
remember.
I'm-
It might be
I
a correlation.
I can't believe he knows the word causality. You kind of see Night Sprinter like turn his head like really quick, being like, "What?"
But Darb needed the grenade launcher for that mission and to be able to get out, or else Darb would be dead. So
What if you just had like regular grenades? Listen, I'm not saying that you can't fucking have a grenade launcher. All I'm saying is, with what the mission is right now, there is a certain set of parameters that maybe we should operate within.
Yep. And Darb likes to think outside the box. You're in the box. And Darb's out of the box, and there's a letter that says, "Don't trust people." Darb doesn't know if I should trust you.
Yeah, you're gonna fucking grenade launcher me, Darb?
No, you would only need this. And he just, spurs come out.
You fucking try to touch me, I'm gonna make it so you can't even goddamn walk. First off, all right? Now, we don't need a grenade launcher when we're going to talk with the doctor. Right? You understand? If you want to bring it, you can pay for the coyote to bring your little rocket launcher over to Seattle.
What if he steals Darb's grenade launcher?
Uh-huh.
Well, Darb has a bag now, and I can put in.
Oh, put it in the bag. What a great idea.
Darb was thinking, what if Darb
Was
is
it? Was
Dante,
Darb
and
thinking?
Dante-
Is that what was happening?
Yes. So if Dante were to be a rock star and you'd be my security, carry my bags. You're already carrying all your shit. Just add my bag. No one's gonna check. Little humanoid fuckwat. And Darb just wants to make sure that we can get in, and you'll be my security.
Just for
and you'll
fucking
be
clarification here, your idea of a cover is that you are a rock star and I am your security detail.
Yeah.
I lean over and like,
Dante,
I lean over and like, it sounds stupid. It's worked before. Not without a little influence.
Oh yeah, no, I couldn't fucking be security at a TED Talk. What are you talking about?
What's a
You-
TED
you are-
Talk?
Don't worry about it.
Well, to be fair, you are a little bit bigger than Yumi, and Yumi used to do it for Darb all the time, so you could do it. Night Sprinter looks like he's security as well. Maybe you're not security. Maybe
By
you're
all the
roadie.
time, I mean we did it once, and it kind of
One
worked.
for one. One for one.
One for one.
That's all. And Darb's really good at math. 100%.
Great.
I've been told I pass for security detail.
There you go.
He can fucking pass for security detail, sure.
That being said, Darb, it may be, for lack of a better word, overkill to bring a grenade launcher.
Thank you.
We leave it with Gunderson. He said we could have like a secure storage, and if we are put up into a mission where we may think it may be needed, we give him a ring, and he sends a Yodi in. little coyote in there. We pick it up. That being said, if you want to bring the grenade launcher, that's on you to figure out.
But Darb will do it. But if Darb loses,
No, I got all kinds of shit that I want to bring too. I'm just not going to bring it with me to the fucking hospital when we're going to talk to the doctor.
Well, you wouldn't want to bring it to the hospital because it would interfere with your computers. So like, there's like frequencies and shit.
Of what? Do you know how computers fucking work?
Yeah,
Do
type
you-
them.
Do you also know that you don't have to bring the grenade launcher with you because they also offered to let us store things as well?
Here
So-
or there?
It's here, yeah, here. But you don't have to bring it with you at all, and then we can come back for it.
But if we don't come back in 2 weeks, Larry's gonna do with my grenade launcher.
No,
what he
no,
did
no,
with
like-
his-
That was the Gunderson. Gunderson.
Correct. Gunderson
Sad.
will store your stuff in a secure location should you wish to. Anything you guys want to leave behind,
For a
he will
price
take
or?
under his wing. No, he's going to do that as part of the previous job.
Oh, well then fucking, yeah, let's do, what the fuck are we even talking about then? Come on.
I was kind of thinking that a lot while you guys were arguing with
so
each other.
I-
It didn't
and
seem like a good place to
my
cut in
question
at
would
any
be,
point.
Do you want to bring the grenade launcher into Seattle? That's really what we need to hammer out. If you are going to use it in Seattle for some reason, it will need to be there. If you are not, then it doesn't need to be there, but you need to make the choice whether you're going to try to bring it across or not, as I need that information to make determinations on
I
how this border
swear to
crossing
God.
is going to occur.
We need a grenade launcher. I'm gonna flip a shit. Okay.
You can bring it. Dark
Nope.
can bring it if he wants.
Did they
you
make
need
some
to make
convincing
that
arguments?
choice.
They make some convincing arguments.
That's fair.
Yumi, what do you think I should do?
I can't believe we have two people playing the voice of reason in this campaign. That's pretty good. John and I were already doing that.
Like I said, I think the easiest thing to do, and it'll put Nozzle at ease, and I don't think he's wrong.
Fucking put me at ease. It's not a matter of putting me at ease. We're going into Seattle, not a fucking war zone.
Technically, depending where you go in Seattle, there's some war zones.
That's actually a
think
fair
that-
argument, but completely beside the point.
I was gonna say that.
That's
actually
pretty
a
clever.
good point.
I'm not gonna lie, actually.
It's just, I think we leave it with Gunderson, and like I said, if we need it, we give him a ring, he sends it in Coyote, and we pick it up.
If we fucking need it, we can get it. Like, it's not like
Yeah,
you're not
can
gonna
also buy
carry
a
it
new one,
with you.
potentially.
Why are we still talking about this? I'm fucking. Who's bringing us there? Roger? Come calling Roger.
Okay. Well, it's
Wait, we
9
sleeping?
p.m.
We're
Yeah, are you
sleeping.
leaving tonight?
I'm calling
Yeah,
Roger.
we
Let
are-
him know they're leaving tomorrow. You don't want to call him up and be like, "Hey, what you doing right now?"
That's fair. Okay. So, Raj,
Bang, bang, bang.
you know what? You also have convincing arguments. I didn't think about that. So, Roger, hello.
Hey, we're gonna leave here and go to Seattle at let's figure 9 a.m.
9 a.m. Did you check with the boss?
Oh yeah, we should probably do that.
You check with the boss?
I'll call Gunderson.
No, don't worry. I'll ring him. And he parties in.
No, yeah, I was gonna put it up.
The three-way call.
Yeah, this is Gunderson. What's up, Raj? Yeah, I got Nas here, and he wants to know if 9 a.m. if I can bring them across. Where do you guys want to go again?
Seattle. Well, specifically, I'm going to Seattle General. Right?
Yeah.
Right. Seattle General.
Yeah, Raj, you can have the data run them into Seattle. That's fine. Oh, thanks, boss. Hey guys. Yeah, I can bring you to Seattle.
Gunderson, I think we're dropping some stuff off.
Yeah. You mentioned we had
Gunderson, Yumi here. Am I on my phone?
the hidey hole.
And this is Night Sprinter.
Was that Yumi in the background? Let me call him in. Siraj calls everybody. We now have everybody on.
Gunderson, I think we're gonna be dropping. I think some of the boys want to drop some stuff off. I don't know how you wanna operate that.
If you guys just want to meet me at the jump house in the morning, we've got a secured locker in the back that we've got.
You mean bounce house?
No, jump house.
Oh, it's jump
It's
house.
always been the jump house. You're the one who said bounce
You're
house.
the one who's calling
you
it
can't
bounce house.
retcon the bounce house
I thought it was bounce house because
by
the first
saying
time
it
you
repeatedly.
jump around and you're like, that's not it, and I don't understand when we change the name.
No, it's always been the jump house. And then you called it the bounce house, and I said, no, the jump house. And then you said the bounce house again, and it has never made it the bounce house. So anywho,
Point, might as well change it.
nope, that's not how this is gonna work. So Gunderson's like, yeah, we've got a locker that we can put it all in.
Perfect. We'll see you in the morning.
Just so that I know. So I don't know if Raj just told you, we have a smuggling compartment on the vehicle. It's not huge though. It's not going to be big enough.
Oh,
Say a
no,
rocket
another
launcher.
option.
Specifically, is there anything that you guys need to bring in?
Darb chiming in here. No, Darb doesn't need to carry anything in.
Are you bringing anything that I need to worry about for a mad scanner or other scanning equipment to pick up?
You guys have like licenses? Do you need licenses for those things? Or
I only have a license for my fucking cyber.
There's no getting a license for a fucking grenade launcher.
No,
I'm talking about like
shotgun.
shotgun.
yeah, the shotgun
Yeah,
you
so-
probably have. Yeah.
I don't have one.
Oh, all right. Well,
So the shotgun, I would say, would fit in this compartment if need be. Yeah, the question is specifically from Gunderson. If you have any forbidden or unlicensed equipment, he can store some of it. It's a special location that's just underneath and behind the engine and accessible through the driver's side, kind of underneath the dashboard, so that from a scanning perspective, it's shielded and potentially concealed. Not to say that someone might not be able to find it, but it's at least fairly secure. It's there to smuggle, and it's within. Again, one of the reasons they drive this older, trolled out sedan is because it's a lot of metal and it fucks with their scanners a little bit when they've got everything kind of together. So
I could bring my gun and I'll pull it out again.
yeah, hey, my deck's not exactly street legal, so if we want to plop that in there, that'd be great.
Raj, you
I
can't.
have a license. Oh shit, I don't have my voice mod on.
Where is my god?
Testing. Sorry. So I mean,
Wow.
I have a license for all of my weaponry.
Look at you. And this
Wouldn't you like to know?
Okay, so, and just to make sure, before we go through this, I'm probably going to look at your characters. You have nothing that is, like, restricted on your character that you would have to worry about a customs official seeing or scanning, that if they ask you to show that you are able to use this or have it within the city limits of Seattle, that it would be a problem.
I will probably not be taking my grapple gun, much to everyone's deep and meaningful sadness, myself included.
I think we can put that in this compartment.
Yeah. Hey,
would like.
Okay, that's the only thing I don't think is a normal issue.
Yeah, full disclosure, I don't want to punish anybody for having something fun. If you want something fun, you can put it in the compartment, but it is not going to be a universal get-through customs free card. It is going to be some risk attributed to it if there's things in it, and it's not going to fit a grenade launcher. I don't know how you would fit that in a car compartment that's for smuggling, right? Like, it has to be a reasonable type of thing.
I got all kinds of shit
good.
that I keep in my backpack normally. Can I just put the?
Sorry?
I've got all kinds of like keycard copier, area jammer, bug scanner, like different gear and whatnot. Is that something?
Size of a backpack or a duffel?
I've got. It's normally a backpack that I keep on me.
Okay. If it's a backpack, I will say it will fit.
Okay.
If it's like a suitcase / duffel size, that's not going to fit in
no,
here. That would
backpack.
have to be Coyote to cross.
Yeah.
Okay.
I believe the only things that I have license for are my cyberware, including my spurs,
Okay, so your
I
spurs
don't
are
believe-
legal because I was going to double check.
Are they?
They're restricted
'Cause-
license, so I think
Thanks.
we'd have to double check that. That's the only thing. I'm not sure if I have license for it or I need license for anything else. So
Yeah, your shotgun, because of what it is, might be because that's the full auto shotgun that you ended up with, right?
yeah.
Yeah, I don't think that thing is
No. Wait.
licensable.
I don't think the shotgun nor the grenade launcher were licensable. I believe when we were making my character, I think those were no bueno. The spurs, I believe, were they're rating 4 restricted.
Those are a little easier to cover up, though. Like,
Yeah.
As long as you don't have them open and he doesn't scan you directly, you might be able to get away with that one. And even if he scans you directly, theoretically, the magic might be able to overcome that. That might be a potential risk point. So
In which case, you need a grenade launcher.
that's fine. Okay. So at this point, are we feeling comfortable with what we're bringing across, how we're bringing it across? That Raj is going to drive you across at the crossing into downtown Seattle or central downtown through Bellevue, right across the bridge there, and then you're going to head to the general hospital.
I just want above table. I just want to make sure. So
Yeah.
I'm leaving the grenade launcher behind in this foot locker that's with Gunderson or
At
whatever,
the jump
right?
house, correct?
At the jump house. I'm bringing the shotgun. I'm able to bring the shotgun and put it into this little compartment that we can have with the car. Correct?
Yes, but keep in mind if it is a restricted item, if you have it out in public, that is a problem.
Right. If I have it out in
Okay.
public, but once we get inside,
But if you have it in a bag
cover it.
or something, you can walk around the streets with a bag. But if for some reason you start shit and the police come and you get caught with it, that's a problem, right? So again, the whole tone shift here, just so that everybody's
Yep.
aware, is Seattle is a policed, like, nice place to live overall, right? Not to say that there aren't corners of it that might be a little bit worse than others, but you can't just walk around shooting off guns and murdering people and walking around with the wrong equipment. Just like if I walk down the street with an RPG, I would likely have the police called on me and they would show up very quickly. The same thing happens in Seattle, right? Like there is
right.
the not only is there a police force, but like there's an armed forces tied to this whole thing, right? Like
Right.
it's not an area that they let go to shit very easily.
Okay. No,
So
I just want to make
so-
sure because at some point I wanted to get, if possible, I wanted to get something that allowed me to carry around the shotgun. But
Okay.
We'll figure
Yeah,
that out later.
if it's restricted, then I don't know that that's going to be possible. We'll take a
I
look
think
at
it
it.
was, yeah.
Yeah, that's the downside. The higher up you go, and the more media murdery it is, the less likely you are to just walk around in public with it, right?
I can still carry
that's
like
what
the
some of,
ammo
like-
and shit like that in my backpack though, right? Like the ammo and the
Sure.
grenades.
I don't think the ammo is necessarily restricted. Frag grenades, I think technically are illegal as well, if I remember correctly.
Oh yeah, I'm not bringing my fragmentation grenades or anything with
Yeah,
me.
I think grenades in general, there's no usual use for those that would be city reasonable, and so I do believe that they are illegal, but I'll have to double check. Maybe they're just
Okay.
Maybe you can have them licensed. I don't know. I have to look real quick.
I'll also
I don't think you can have a
since
grenade
we're
license.
going
Yeah, I don't think that's the thing.
If you just
but
say those words, I feel like that is.
yeah.
I have a license for it.
I license
Read about
each individual grenade. This one I can use. This one I can use. I don't have a license for this
They have
one.
like
You
tank
may-
ties going up the pins.
Okay, what was
Have a
that? Sorry.
smiley face drawn on them and a frowny face on that one.
Yeah,
Just a non-licensed grenade.
Okay, what were you saying, Garbashi? I think you were asking something.
Yeah, well, two things. One, I am definitely leaving my explosives behind. I can bring my grapple gun with me. As far as I am aware, my assault rifle and my pistol and my Colt are all licensed, but I'm gonna leave my Colt because I haven't really needed it anyway. So I'll just travel a
That's
little
the
lighter.
Pistol.
The Colt, no, sorry, the Cavalier Thunderstruck. Sorry, I'll leave the
You're leaving
carbine.
Okay, so you're leaving the carbine. You're taking
Yes.
the AR and the pistol.
Yes.
Got it. Okay. Any last concerns before we leave Redmond?
But yes, but
Okay, Because if not, then I think this is a good place for a 15-minute break. I'm going to do a little bit of character sheet looking just to make sure that we're all on the same page as we try to cross into Seattle. And then Raj is gonna, we'll do a night. If you want to spend karma overnight, feel free to let me know. And then in the morning, Raj will pick us up. Okay?
Okay.
I'm glad that conversation didn't get too explosive.
Perfect. All right. So with that, let's say 10-minute break. Come back by 10:02.
Okay.
Plan?
Okay.
Sounds good.
All right. Sounds good.
I'm gonna look into this license thing.
Maybe.
Do a little break. I'm gonna do this, chat. You know what works for me.
When I start typing this up, what the frick? You guys can hear the musings of Taos while he tries to figure out what the f he's doing. Legally. Legal restricted or forbidden. Legal items can be purchased, traded, owned, transported, and used. Oh, so I gotta take a look at the item and see if the item's restricted or forbidden. And that's how I know it. We're gonna figure that out. Join me, my friends, as we learn together on this magical episode. No amount of license or permit to make, own, one anything less permissible in the eyes of law. Don't get caught, chummer. Okay. So the good news is I figured it out on my own on whether or not I can get a license for these items. The bad news is I can't have a license for this. And if I get caught, I get arrested, or worse, I die. So who's back? Who's right here?
What do you want?
Okay, so I believe that these items, these weapons that I have, are F. Meaning that the Mossberg is a 12F availability and the Ares Antioch is an 8F, which means forbidden. So I
That
don't
sounds
believe
about right.
I can never get a whatchamacallit for it.
Uh-huh.
Okay, so now the spurs, at least from the standpoint, well, okay, the spurs on Chummer do not show what it is. It says it's 458. I'm gonna go take a look at the spurs real quick. But I'm fairly certain that's one thing, that thing that DK helped me to make sure that I could.
Yeah, I think that you're good with the Spurs. I wasn't sure if there was like a specific anything about them, but oh wait, they are F. Wait, retractable. Yeah, are F.
So the one, I have two fake licenses that have availability of 3F, by the way.
Okay.
Found on 443. And it says that it's for cyberware. I have, like I said, two fake license, restricted cyberware license. But you're saying Spurs are F as well. So what other, maybe something else that I have?
1 second, I'm trying to figure that out because
Maybe that's my cyberware for my bio, like not my bio, say my muscle replacement.
Well, now I'm confused on spurs because I didn't think they were forbidden necessarily, but
It does say 12F. Yeah, it does say 12F.
it says 12F.
My wired reflexes and my reaction enhancers, or excuse me, my wired reflexes and my reaction enhancers are 12R and 10R respectively.
So that's what you're gonna have.
So, okay, so if I get caught with my spurs out, that's forbidden.
Also, my Thunderstruck was 12F as well. So glad I'm not taking that with me. I will notate that my Ares Alpha is 11F.
Also forbidden.
Also forbidden.
So
but
you put in that card?
my Colt is 10R.
Do you have a license for that? Because if you don't have a license, it's no longer 10R, it's 10F, bitch.
This is a time to mention that I thought that buying it meant I had a license for it.
Not so much. Not so much.
So this is one of those things where I was like, if you want to go into Seattle, you should make sure you got all the licenses and stuff. I think I said that at some point. I think I said that. Or it sounds like
In
the people
my
didn't do their
brain,
homework.
As the third time ever playing Shadowrun, or the third session of ever playing Shadowrun, in my brain, I was golden as a goose, except for the grenade launcher. That also made sense that I couldn't bring that in.
But
do you have anything to declare? You just hold up the grenade launcher to the border agent.
It's like the Matrix when they're going to save Morbius or whatever, and they walk in, or Morpheus, not Morbius, Morpheus. They go in and he goes and he walks through the metal detector and he goes, any metal on you, and he just opens it up.
Yeah,
That's a little bit of the
Swap
situation.
the weapons. That's basically what Dharma do. Any weapons? Here you go.
And again, I'm trying to be nice, and I've created a special container in a car that didn't have it originally for you to pass some stuff through to try and hasten us along because it was going obviously a little long-winded. But I didn't want to influence choices because I think if you want to bring your grenade launcher, that is a valid decision, right? Like, I don't want to GM snuff your choice to bring a restricted weapon somewhere. That is your choice, and the consequences that follow affect you and the group. So ultimately, just so everybody knows, and again, I would just try not to waffle back and forth on it quite so long in the future. But if you want to do something,
we did waffle shit.
Yeah.
We had a discussion of roleplay.
So
I pancaked the whole time. I don't know about you guys.
So
I think there was some French toast, but
in general, if you want something, you absolutely can do it, right? Sound on everyone is still feeling low.
I'm gonna grab a quick water.
Make it louder, John.
Man, I had you guys cranked, but I think my desktop audio was lower because of the music, and I think that might have fucked you guys up a little bit. So my apologies. Thanks, Swift, for letting me know again. Let me know if that's better. He said to total silence.
So, we're waiting for them to let you know if it's better, John.
Quick clarifying question then.
Sure.
What is this whole conceal stat? Because I'm not entirely sure how that plays into things as well.
So in the event so you can choose to conceal a weapon, and based on its conceal stat, if someone tries to check your person for it, there is basically a test that adds in your conceal plus your palming if it's a palming weapon, or something else, your sneak, I think, if it's a larger weapon. I'd have to look at the specific rules. But basically the conceal ability is a modifier that helps in the event someone is trying to ascertain if you have a weapon. Whereas a med scanner just completely kind of fucks that over, right? So DK has a scanner that shows a burr, and it's like, look, gun. But if someone's just patting you down, there's the chance that they miss it based on the conceal ability score.
All right. So, all things considered, if Toast is going to be made of illegal technology anyway, I mean, after that point, it's all just more on the fire, you know, at that rate. If you really think about it.
I mean, I don't necessarily disagree, but in general, Yumi is using magic to augment Toast so that his claws are not immediately detectable.
Gotcha.
Yumi cannot double stuff that Oreo.
I see.
Single stuff Oreos only for Yumi.
So what are the odds that I could have perhaps had a voice inside of my head tell me that the large assault rifle that I may or may not illegally own probably
Not
wasn't
illegally.
the best car ride companion for me
So
to bring along the way.
We're not in the car yet.
Oh, okay.
We are sleeping for the night when we come back, and then we're gonna approach Raj at the car, and you can decide with a finality what you're gonna bring with you.
Excellent.
No voice required for this one.
Great.
Okay, we're all back. We're all good.
Should have sent you my backstory because I think that would have. I'd had a question, but you haven't read my backstory, so never mind.
Did you send me your backstory yet?
I guess I did it. We continue with our lives. We're good. Everything is golden. I'm happy.
Okay. I'm just saying, like,
what's a backstory?
I don't have the tools necessary.
I didn't think it would matter, to be honest.
Okay. It's a weird thought. Okay, so anybody want to spend any karma? Anybody want to purchase anything with any of the new yen that you have? Does anybody want anything to happen overnight here?
I'm saving up.
Okay.
I don't even know what I'm going to do for karma.
Okay. So then, night falls on the city. Twinkle twinkles in the stars. The sound of the cat in the alley yells. The morning comes. It is now 8 a.m. Roger's coming at 9 to pick you all up. You guys get up. You come out. There's a fresh breakfast at the Continental Breakfast.
Yes!
You want to have. It is cleaned up even.
I am running to that thing. By the smell. Chance is talking, but he is muted.
Is there a button for us to sleep, or do we just have to clear our stuff up on our own?
There is a start new run button. New run reset is what it is under miscellaneous.
That's the sleep.
I think so, yeah.
Rest, damage, edge, etc. for a new run. New run.
Look at your edge. It should only go up 1 unless you've done something particularly interesting.
Yeah. Well, I only was losing. Well, I only had 1 loss. But
okay. But anybody else who's doing it, make sure it doesn't give you it all back if you used multiple of it.
I had used 3. I got 2 back, and this should only give me 1. So
that's what I thought. I think we're all maxed edge.
Oh shit. Point. Yeah, let me make sure. I had used 2, but I get 1 back every time. Got it. Okay, just wanted to make sure the math was we're good.
I haven't nerfed that yet, but we'll see in the days to come. All right.
I mean, since you're taking my grenade launcher away from me.
Is there anything else you guys want to say to Larry or Gunderson before Raj shows up? Anything else you guys want to talk to each other about? Otherwise, Raj is pulling up. It's 9 a.m. Going once, going twice. Okay.
No, continue.
A late bid.
So
well, no, the Gunderson. I'm assuming that was associated or talked about in the conversations of leaving the grenade launcher with him in his foot locker,
correct,
or whatever.
Yeah.
Like that. I just want to make sure that we're not like.
Gunderson, your grenade launcher is now at the jump house in a back room that is basically secret. There basically is a locked mag lock on it. Nobody can access it unless they are really breaking the place down.
With all the grenades that go with it too. I don't want to be.
Just has all the little mini grenades.
Baggio, what are you doing with your rifle? Are you trying to stow it in this compartment, or
the AR? Yes, I would like to stow the AR. The pistol, I can risk it. That I think I can manage.
Okay. Pistols restricted.
Huh?
Pistols restricted.
It is not. It is not. It is restricted. It is not.
But it's not forbidden.
The other.
And
it
you
is not
have
forbidden,
a license for it?
I sure am looking for what that looks like.
Okay.
It would be under, well, Yeah, it'd be under social, and then under your sin, the licenses would be attached to the sin.
Social.
For
I do have a sin. I do have a fake sin
Okay.
that I have attached that I can have attached the licenses to. So.
Do you have a license? Did you purchase one?
Oh, I had to purchase one. Shh. Let me. Yeah, I purchased.
If
that.
you have enough new yen before this whole thing went down, I'll let you retcon that you had one.
I definitely do. How much? I can't find it on the gear tab.
I'm looking 1 second. We can figure that out after. We'll
All
say
right,
that you
I
have
have
a
it.
license for your pistol.
Oh my
Oh,
gosh!
he gets
Wow,
a
guys,
license.
a license.
It just magically appeared.
Okay. So with that, you hear a outside. And Raj is waiting for you. He's standing outside the vehicle, outside of the Coffin Motel. He looks
Let's
at
go.
ease laying across it. Okay. You guys come outside. You see him. He opens the door and said, "It's good to see you guys again.
Morning,
It'll be a pleasure
Raj.
doing more business with you."
Hey, Raj.
Always a good day waking up to see your bright and smiley face.
Nice to see you, Raj.
And he takes off his hat and he does a little bow. It's truly my pleasure. And he opens the door. On the other side, lets you guys in. You're in the car, and you drive towards Seattle. So on the map
Smells
that we're
lovely
watching,
in here.
you know, I try. I flip out the air conditioner up here, or the
Very
smelly
refreshing.
thing. Thank you.
Is that
So-
pine? I like it.
You know, it's actually fresh laundry.
It's just a dryer sheet.
It's just hanging in the fucking.
He's not Darb.
Okay, all right. Let's just chill there.
So we work our way basically from kind of the middle of Redmond. He drives you over towards the crossover into Bellevue, which is where we're going to hit right around this area here.
Oh, boy.
Are you
A checkpoint. I am
Okay.
checking. Can you?
Oh, I'm just so far
I
up
can
in the
see
or
you,
far,
yeah.
so far
it's
down
a
on the map.
very big
Okay.
map. Yeah.
Ah.
So as we're getting close, like once we get out of Redmond, I'll cast physical mask onto
Okay.
Darb again. At force 4. Boop, boop.
Hey, don't get hurt.
Boop.
Perfect.
4 hits, which is the most hits that I can get on that.
And that's only physical appearance, right? That doesn't change voice or anything like that, by chance?
It does change voice, actually.
No.
Voice, scent, and other physical characteristics as well.
Man, doing another voice as Dante.
I thought it was going to be a Stefan situation from Family Matters.
Stefan. Yeah. Basically, is,
That would be
but just,
amazing.
Okay.
So yeah, I cast it. I'm good. I resist the drain.
All right. Roger adjusts this thing to look at y'all, and he's like, "Hey, Mr. Gunderson, he called ahead. So if I think Bill's on today at the crossing, so you might have a little help just in case."
Good. And just so we're on the up and up here, Raj, our friend Dar back there went through a little bit of change of appearance here.
I see that. You're not my first awakened, so I get
Okay.
it.
Okay. Quite lovely, isn't Dante?
You know,
Dante, by the way, just want to let you know.
beauty's in the eye of the beholder, they say. And you know what I'm beholden? I'd rather not comment on.
Dryer sheets?
That's a weird thing to say randomly out of context. Do you need me to get you some dryer sheets?
No, Dante's good.
Okay, great. So as you guys approach this, is there any last thoughts or things that you want to do before you try to cross into Seattle?
Now, is
Bellevue
this
into Seattle?
Bill known for being on top of Capitol Hill? at any particular time.
Oh my.
I mean, he works for the government, I think.
Oh, gotcha. Good to know.
Depends who's in power, you know. Bill's
You're right. You're
Bill
right.
goes with whatever way the wind's blowing, you know. Whoever greases his palm. All right.
Would
So
you say that
we're
he's
gonna.
part of S technology?
What was that?
Is he a part of S technology?
Nope. Bill. I don't think Bill's working for any corps. He's working for the Lone Star. He's
Oh, okay.
part
Corp
of the border
sometimes
patrol.
go to
here.
government. It's really difficult. I know you don't understand it, but it's okay.
Mm-hmm. So we arrive here. Oh, can you guys see the whole map?
No.
I
There's
can-
like a.
Circle.
Oh,
Yeah.
I see. It's dark.
Oh my god, we are gonna die.
Is it dark? Oh, that's
I
weird.
see like there's a circle kind of around us, and then there's like a circle kind of in the left and on the top right, but most of it's dark.
World, it's not supposed to be dark. 1 second. It's midday.
Oh.
Oh, here we go. Let's try. Oh, fog exploration is probably our problem, maybe. Can you see now?
No.
Motherfuck. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You're doing great.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, now I can.
Hey! Hoi! There's
Wow.
still walls on the buildings to the left and right, though. Perfect.
Sure.
So
I didn't back out that far. Holy fuck.
It's a very big crossing here. So this is essentially the checkpoint. You guys are in the car. If you want to see the car, I made the car. Where did I put it?
Wow.
I want to see the bigger version of it.
It's Knight Rider.
Running.
Might not be able to.
Out on the highway.
Yeah, you're gonna have to zoom in on the car.
That's all right.
I can't share it for whatever reason. Cause I did it on the token again. All right. So y'all drive up, and Raj says, "All right, guys, play cool, you know. We normally don't have any trouble." And you guys pull up, and this dude here walks up.
Dob, I swear to shit, if you say a goddamn thing, I'm gonna stab you.
Do you
Uh,
want Darb to not say anything? Darb was working on trying to get a different voice so I can help out with the situation. You sure you don't want Darb to say anything?
Yeah, not unless spoken to directly.
We're going with the Rockstar thing, though, right?
Oh, not right
Fucking
now.
no.
Not right now.
Okay.
Yeah, so we're gonna say you guys are all in the car, and this guy walks up on this side. He's looking through the windows. First guy says,
I'm in the
Hey.
passenger for what it's worth.
"Okay." So he looks to Raj. He's like, "What's your business in Bellevue?" And Russ says, "Oh, we're look. I'm just transporting some individuals. They're heading to the hospital. They got a friend who's there. It seems they got hurt in the city." "Yeah, which hospital?" The General. They're going to Seattle General, right, guys?" And he looks back.
Correct.
Yep.
Yeah.
"What's this friend's name?" And Raj says, "I didn't ask. What's your friend's name again?"
His
One of the 17 names we ever know.
I am trying to think. This is my internal monologue.
Don't you guys know your friend's name?
I do. No, hold on. This is my internal monologue. Am I going to lie or am I going to tell the truth?
That's a good question. Good luck.
Our friends.
Guys, I need a name now, and he starts to get a little bit antsy, and he starts
whoa,
to
okay.
reach for his
Look.
weapon.
We're looking for his name's Caleb Stone.
Caleb Stone. Okay, you're saying he's at General.
That's information that we heard. Yeah. Pretty got it messed up in some scrap. I don't really know much of the details.
He holds his earpiece. It's like, "Hey, can one of you guys run a Caleb at Seattle General for me, please?" and he's still looking at the car. The other guy pulls out a mad scanner, and he walks around the car.
Wait, that's
And
like the really good one, right?
That's the really good one to search for weapons. So he walks around the car, and he goes back to the front, and he says, "I don't have any weapons on here." And Raj looks over at him, and the guy winks at Raj.
I was so close to trying to cast a spell on that guy. These are the guns you're looking for.
First guy says, "Bill, are you? We're all good here." And Bill nods his head to him. "Yeah, no issues. I don't have anything on here. They're not carrying any contraband." He's waiting for something to come back. What'd you say the name was? Caleb Stone?
Yeah.
We don't have a Caleb Stone at General Hospital. Is there? When did they get there? What are they there for?
1 second.
It's possible that they're already out of here. They got seen by a Dr. Havashine.
Can you check Dr. Haversheen, please? Give me a con for the portion of
No.
him potentially being all out of there and who he is.
Can I like?
Can I cast Bardic Inspiration? Can I get?
Yeah, Bardic.
I'd like to use guidance.
Guidance.
Is Nas rolling or am I rolling?
Nas would be rolling. He's the one who spoke up.
I'm going to use an edge.
I don't know how that goes.
So I have more than one dice. I got 2 hits.
2 hits.
Let's go, baby.
Ooh.
Okay.
Wait, what?
He looks you in the eye and he's like, "Just got out of what?" You can tell he's real suspicious.
Surgeon, we didn't get enough information. We just know that he was in the hospital. We're trying to figure out what the fuck happened. Know what I mean?
And over the comms, he does get confirmation that there is a Dr. Haversheen at the hospital. So that does assuage some of his concern. And he's like, he looks and he sees that he's got more cars coming in and starting to back up. He got the all clear from Bill. He's like, one more question. How long are you guys staying in Seattle?
Fucking not everybody at once. A couple of days.
No,
We're just
I was
checking
reading
on our
something.
friend, man.
I'm going to. Yeah, I'm just like. I don't know. We're just gonna check in, see if he's all right. We may be spending a night. Like, I feel like we're trying to make sure a friend of ours is all right. Is all.
Okay. Can I get all your names?
I'm gonna cast influence on him.
Okay. Can you put that in the chat here?
Influence. Implant a suggestion into the mind. The target carries out the suggestion as if it were their own.
Straight up suggestion. Got it.
If confronted with the wrongness of the suggestion, the subject can attempt to overcome it if using the rules for overcoming mental manipulations on page 292.
I'm clicking. Okay.
I think I can put this in the chat.
Yeah, Nightsburner. How quickly can you grab your gun from the footlocker that's in the fucking car?
You have no idea how much I've been thinking how can we run out of the vehicle out of this situation? Where are we gonna midnight sprinting towards?
Influence on him. What do you need to roll for that?
I need to roll my spell casting.
Mm-hmm.
I am
Because he is going to resist it.
He's going to attempt to, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's not going to automatically resist it. Yeah, he's
I
going
was
to
gonna
try.
say, damn, you're not even gonna let him roll. Fuck, man,
Nah.
we are in trouble.
I'm casting it at force 6, which is the most I can cast it at.
Okay.
Roll. Got 5
We like
hits.
that. We
I
like
have to resist drain
That's-
on it.
1 second, that was nozzle opposing. My bad.
I have to resist drain on this. I take
Perfect.
2 stun. I take 2 stun damage.
Not perfect.
Okay.
It's fine.
So tell me what your influence is.
I'm implanting the suggestion of saying, he's gonna have the idea in his head that like he's had people that have had issues with like family members, close friends that have issues, and they just like the only thing that he would ever want to do is just get off of work and go and try to like just see them just for like a day. Just he's like had those times where he's working a shift and somebody's like gone through some shit, and he's like, you know what? Maybe these guys are literally just trying to see their friend, and they don't have any gun. My buddy already said they don't have any guns, and they're coming in and out in a day maybe. They have no guns. There's nothing in the car anyway.
Some multi-paragraphical suggestion you've just given this man.
It is the
Okay.
idea of his own.
Okay, so I'm going to focus on the idea that he has had people get hurt. He's in law enforcement. He's had friends, right, wearing the badge,
Yeah.
who've gotten hurt. And right, sometimes there's not time to ascertain specific data, and we're going to roll with that. So
Yeah.
he takes one more glance in at everybody. For the most part, you guys look professional, but not overtly like you're going to attack someone. He's not sure about the masked guy in the corner. That's a little weird. But he thinks you're part of a band or something. He radios back to the guard house on the left, and he says, just log the car. They're coming in for a day or two. And he waves you through. So they step out of the way. And Ross says under his breath, guys, next time answer the questions normal and faster. They normally don't stop us like this. And he drives through.
Raj, I was reading my spells, man.
And as you pass through, just for mention's sake, you see that they've got 2 guardhouses on either side, and that they've got what appears to be about 9 people just kind of milling around. It's a pretty big checkpointy type of area, but you make it through relatively unscathed. So, well done, everybody.
As we get through, I'm gonna kind of look over. I'm gonna say, just so you guys know, I only have like 2 or 3 tricks, and that's one of them. That's sometimes I may need a little to get me through there. Just so you guys know.
Yeah.
Okay.
Darb can help.
So you guys
Door's
then
open.
have crossed through to Bellevue. You follow the main highway down,
Oh man, this can be.
and you make it into central downtown. Nope, there's not going to be another check mark. For the most part, it's much easier to go through Bellevue and such into central downtown.
Okay.
For the most
Oh
part,
my God.
these areas are all fairly on the up and up, right? Redmond is specifically going to be a difficult place to cross through. And then when you cross into council land, right? Like that's a different government. So it's like crossing from US to Canada when you go from Seattle to Council Island. That will be potentially another whole situation because that is run right by the Native American nations and not by the same United, I forget what the stupid thing is, UCAES, is that it?
UCAS, yeah.
Shit.
UCAS. UCAS.
UCAS.
United Canadian and American States.
Yeah, American States. Okay. So you guys make it down to central downtown over here. And I forgot where I placed where this was. We're going to say it's right off the University District here, right near the water. So you guys pull up to Seattle Regional. And I don't have a great page for the actual lobby of this place. So I'm going to bring you up. Oh, that's not right. What happened to my
Can't
room?
see anything. Black. Everything's black.
That's fine. You were supposed to have...
Did we die?
Nope, you're good. One
Are we in
second.
limbo? What happened?
Shit, we gotta do a quick thing here because it's not what it was supposed to be.
Ooh.
This will work.
Damn,
We'll-
Foundry!
No, I must have not saved it or something. I don't know what just
Damn,
happened.
Jonathan!
It's fine. It's fine. We're fine. Everything's fine. this works. We're improvising. So you guys walk in the doors here.
Oh,
Oh, this is improvising? Damn.
Well, look, we've gotten stuff together. It's not the planned one, but it's a thing. 1 second, because I've got to get. Oh, shoot! Where did she go? Hold please.
What I was really glad that I didn't have to try to do, because I don't know if it would count as a con, and I really didn't want to have to roll for that. But if I looked too suspicious, I specifically gave my helmet the ability to change colors at will. And so I was going to ask if I could make a little smiley face appear on the front of my mask. To appear
Interesting
less
choice.
suspicious.
now I'm just thinking about
Blink,
legal
blink.
officer, like,
Pretty darn good. Okay, so 1 second. I gotta. Where did fuck? I deleted those. Damn it.
almost had to roll my composure test on that last little round there.
Bro,
All right,
I was rolling a
this is gonna be a
composure
quick-
test in real life.
If you need to walk away for a second, this is going to be a quick 5 minute for me to figure
Oh!
this out real fast. So just
I
give
will
me
not go anywhere.
a quick moment. That's fine. You can talk amongst yourselves.
Talk
I need
amongst
to
yourselves.
figure out
Okay, well, I'll be here then.
So we're going with the rock. So we're going with the rocks. We're with the rock band, and we're singing tunes to kids with cancer on the 5th floor.
What kind of songs do you sing?
I will remember you. Wait, that might be a little
To the
dark for
kids
to
with cancer on the 3rd floor, you're gonna sing "I Will Remember You."
A little weird. I'm going to say that's a little weird.
Going up to the cancer ward. In the arms of an angel.
Seems like a bold strategy.
Jesus.
Where did I put these people? Screw it.
Of all the things that Toast has ever said, that is up there.
I didn't even think about it. I didn't even think about it immediately. But as I started doing it, it immediately came to my
You know what? That'll work. That'll work. That'll work.
Hey
What's the
kids,
plan?
you guys ever heard of Simon and Garfunkel? Hello, darkness, my old friend.
Oh my.
You kids like Wizard of the Oz? Somewhere over the rainbow. Oh man.
That's
We
Nurse, this large blonde man is making me really sad.
Made me uncomfortable.
Can you tell him to stop singing songs about us dying, please?
Okay, I think that should
Just start with Barney. I love you.
work.
There you go.
That should have been. Oh God. So good.
Oh man.
you could have chosen almost any
Literally
other song.
any song.
Almost.
And,
Almost.
and almost. And that was like legitimately I wasn't even trying to be funny. And then I started singing like 5 words into it. I'm like, this is wrong. I'm stupid. A big dumb animal, folks.
Okay, she's
What
gonna be
about
over
Dust
here.
in the Wind from
Perfect.
Kansas?
Close my eyes.
No, we're just gonna have people like this around. That's fine. That's fine. That's fine. Almost done.
Oh, we are our children in the wind.
I changed the lyrics. All we are children in the ward.
Jody, it's something unpredictable, but in the end it's right. I hope you had the time of your life.
About 7 or 8 years.
Oh.
I would recommend picking different songs. Just saying.
I don't think we should be singing.
Okay, he's in 2 places. Don't worry about him. Unimportant. Do you have any walls here? No, I'd assume no, right?
There's walls.
I'm not saying things. Yeah.
Oh, is there actually walls?
Yeah.
Yeah, I see blackness.
What a fucking pull random, and it's already set up because I already set it up before I found the other place. Look at that. Okay.
There you go.
Oh, Jesus
Oh, I see
Christ.
Rick Grimes.
This was not what I wanted. Okay. We're fine.
Don't dead open inside.
Oh, boy. All right. So.
Don't want to see people from The Walking Dead in a medical ward. I will say.
No, never.
Oh, wait. We need a receptionist. Hold, please.
Oh, can we get Nurse Joy from fucking Pokemon? That'd be great.
No.
Oh, that'd be sick.
Which one?
This guy.
The one that's
This guy knows things.
Yeah, I know Pokemon. No.
Who's Nurse Jackie here?
that's what I'll sing to the kids. Pokemon.
Gotta catch 'em all.
Really don't have a receptionist looking person. Well, you know what? This person will do. They've had a bad day.
Darb tries to do like a Patch Adams routine in front of the kids.
Oh my God, no.
Okay.
Accidentally extends his claws.
Let me get that for you, kid.
Oh, and this has a grid. That's my problem. That's why things.
Honestly, they'd probably like it.
Needed like
If I was 7 or 8, if I saw them
Right.
do Wolverine sync, I would think that was cool.
I would freak out. As an adult, I would freak out in happiness.
Okay. Grid this. Save changes. Perfect. Okay. We're good now. We're all good. Let me see if you can see this person behind the wall. I don't know if you, so if you move forward here, I should be able to look. Ah, you can. Okay. So, thank you for your patience. Roger drops you off. Says, I'll circle the block a little bit. I'll be just out here. You give me a call when you need me to pick you up. Cool.
Yeah, sounds good. Thanks, Raj.
All right. He takes off. You guys get out. You walk in, and you are greeted by a cacophony of noises. There is just a lot of activity, even though it looks like a small place. It's much bigger on the inside. And so, right, you've got the yelling of someone who appears to be a gunshot victim on the right-hand side who's bleeding out. They're calling like for a doctor over there. You've got the
Doctor Who?
Hmm?
I said Doctor Who because you said bigger on the inside.
I figured it out after the fact.
Mm.
Good.
Yeah.
So they're yelling for a doctor. You've got other people. I should have put them in here. I'll pretend there's people sitting in the seats waiting in line. On the left, you have what looks to be a receptionist area with a lady who looks largely bored with existence. This is not a random site or even a strange site. This is just another day at Seattle General. So as you guys walk in, what would you like to do?
Is there like a directory thing in front of us here?
Sure. Yeah, that's a directory. It basically says the wings of the place, your usual wards, your usual just trauma, everything. It's if you want to go somewhere specifically, you absolutely can.
Well,
Reception.
reception or yeah, I'll keep walking. I'll be like, hey, Nozzle, do you want to try to get any information so we don't need to start asking people and ask questions? Or
I'm just pretty sure the reason why we fucking have you is because you can talk to people.
You know, sometimes I get a little clammy. All
Well,
right.
sometimes I don't want to burn my edge.
For the sake of just knowledge of the area, Seattle General would have its own host, right? And it does have a virtual experience that we would be able to potentially access, but that's more of a public-facing place for anybody who's trying to come and request services or look into the general stuff going on. Not to say that there isn't access for an accomplished decker in digging deeper and finding things, but it's a fairly open and welcoming environment at face value, right? Like it basically looks like a giant hospital, very similar to what Seattle General is.
They're engineering chemical warfare in the basement.
I'm gonna walk up to the reception. I'm assuming there's nobody here. I'm just gonna walk up to her.
Okay. Yes, how may I help you?
Yes, I am here about a friend. They believe they were seeing, what's the Dr. Ivana Havershire? What was her last name? I would.
Do you
Havershine.
mean,
Havershine.
do you mean Dr.
Havershine?
Ivana Havershine?
Yes, yeah, Havershine. That's exactly who I am talking about.
What's your name and date of birth?
My name and date of birth. Can
Yeah,
I?
what do you want to be seen for?
I am having.
Palpitations.
What did palpitation? What Can you re-jog my memory? What did in the contact from Ivana to Joshua? There wasn't anything specific, right? It just said
No.
everything is okay.
Yeah, so basically they're asking about Stark, who is presumably Joshua's friend, who was
Sure.
wounded on a run separate from, right, what ultimately was related to Michael and stuff. It was basically just odd job run, Stark got hurt, checking in on him. Essentially, Ivana has some degree of connection with them, just as a friend and /or, right, who they go to for medical stuff.
I'm gonna say, yeah,
She's chewing gum, by the way, as well, while using this unaffected meh voice.
yeah, as they all are. I say, yeah, I was in a bit of a mishap, and I like pull my shoulder, and I show like the gunshot wound that I had that has since healed. It is healed.
She lowers her glasses and she looks at it.
It is healed,
You
and
want
I
to see
said,
a doctor for that?
I have been having some issues with my shoulder after the incident happened. I heard she's very good at what she does, and I am just hoping just to get a few minutes of her time today, just to see if she can give me maybe, some kind of diagnosis.
It's a very big hospital. She knows a lot of doctors, but name Ivana doesn't necessarily jump out at her. She's tapping away. Let me get this straight. You want to see our trauma doctor for your
The trauma that I have, yes.
Okay. Very irregular, sir. She puts her glasses down again, looks you top and down. Very irregular.
I've heard she's the best that you guys got.
Okay. I mean, I'll put in the call. I don't know that she's just going to see a patient off the street, though, sir. This seems highly impractical.
She saw a very close friend of mine, I think fairly recently, Stark.
Yeah, okay. I have a Stark here. That was about 2.5, 3 weeks ago.
Yeah, he's
Dr. Ivana. All right.
Yeah.
So I'll page her. Why don't you sit over there? She points to the reception area,
Right.
where kind of you walked in, and she rings up Ivana Havershine, and she's not talking very quietly. It's like when you go to the doctors and you're like, "This is supposed to be private health information." Everything that you're saying from across the room, and he's like, "Yeah, there's crap. What's your name again?"
I'll.
What's your name?
What's your name? I'll come over. Yumi is the name.
Yumi?
Yes.
Can you spell that for me, please?
Yumi. I hated that.
Ivana, do you know a Yumi? We got a Yumi. Yumi? We got a Yumi here.
Yeah, friend
She's,
of
he's a friend of Stark. Is
Stark.
ring a bell?
Or Joshua.
Sir, are you just saying names?
They are the two connections that I have with Ivana. I am just trying to. They put a good word in, and I would think that they would. She would recognize that name. Is all.
Referral, you know?
Are you just
I'm sorry,
saying
referral.
names?
Sir, this is a Wendy's.
Didn't get a referral from my primary care physician to see Dr. Ivana.
Yeah, no, it sounds like he knows a Joshua and a I'm doing DK's voice. Hold, please.
Don't worry,
Yeah.
I got you in a second.
I know there's. Have you a Stark and a Joshua? It's still DK's voice. We're just gonna deal with it. It's just a higher pitched one. I can't make unaffected nurse lady right now. I had it, now it's gone. So, Ivana says, send him up. Or send him over, actually, is what we're going to say, because for the purposes of this, I don't have a second story and I don't feel like fucking figuring it out. So it's going to be a little bit weird. Use the power of imagination and pretend you went up a floor, because otherwise it's going to be very weird that this receptionist does not know this person.
See, we didn't think we were having
who-
Nurse Joy, but we have Nurse Joy on every floor.
Yeah, I'm kind of like, I kind of wave
You
the.
guys go over here. You are waved down the hallway, which is on a different floor, to this door over here, which you can enter and meet Dr. Ivana Haversheen.
Before we go in, Darb is going to just nudge Nas.
Wait, is there a better room here? Because that's totally just a locker room. This whole having to figure things out on the fly was a little rough.
I'll give you a couple seconds here then. Nas, Darb has a question for you.
Yeah.
So Yumi, when he did this last time for me, was able to change my voice, and I could still do that.
Okay, change my mind. Door down the hall on the right.
But I wanted to get your voice for me
The
to
fuck?
say, just I need you to say a sentence for me to be able to kind of capture it. You know what I mean?
No, I don't know what you mean. What the fuck are you talking about?
Could you just say the tomatoes are in the garden?
Why the fuck am I gonna say the tomatoes are in the garden?
Perfect. That's awesome. That's all I needed to hear. Was tomatoes in the garden. Dante totally sounds like this now for the rest of this campaign. At this point, it's all right.
Oh gosh. Okay, I walk in the door.
Okay.
You guys
And
coming?
there is.
I walk in. People, come on.
Well, grab y'all. You're all coming through the walls.
Oh
So you
no!
all pile in.
Look at that thing.
What? That's it's
What is?
medical
It's wibbity wobbly.
Yeah.
That's all. This is cool.
it's a medical device. Just roll with it.
Oh yeah, it's
That's
the
it.
medical device. It's where they
It's
put
auto-
the
it's
organs.
Autodoc. That's a med kit 22. Okay. So, sorry, this is all going to shit real quick. So Ivana says, "What? Do you guys know where Josh is?"
Oh, we're trying to find him, and we hope that you could kind of get us on our next step here.
And she looks very nervous at giving any information about Josh. Right at the mention of it, she thought you were going to tell her about Josh. Right? You can kind of pick that up just in her tone and what she's. I don't. So I'm sorry. Gail up front said that you knew Stark, and she's trying to kind of pivot off of Joshua.
Yeah, I guess. Long story short, we are trying to find Josh for various reasons. I'm trying to be very disarming for what it is. Charming.
Okay. Give me
And-
a. It's not really a con or an acting necessarily. I'm not going to make you necessarily roll like you're being
Mhm.
sincere with
Yeah.
Sharing information.
short of thing here. So
Yeah, and I'll say, look, we want to find him as much as you do, and we're trying to help out. It was Joshua's daughter, right, or Michael's daughter?
Michelle.
no, Joshua's daughter Michelle.
Joshua's daughter Michelle. We're trying to help
No,
out.
I lied.
It's Michael's
It's
daughter.
Michael's daughter, Michelle.
Daughter Michelle.
You really?
Uncle Joshua. Well, that was session 0, and you made me
We're-
invent 2 people. I'm sorry.
We're
There was a debate about who was the father. We were told we were going to get that answered at the end of the campaign. You were going to flip a coin. I was just saying.
Okay, well,
I
the
would say
purposes of
we're
now, Michael's daughter, Josh's
Michelle.
niece.
Yeah, I say we're trying to help out Josh's niece, Michelle, and we're trying to piece some things together. We're kind of starting from square zero. We made quite a bit of distance just to get here in the course of a day. So I think we're making pretty good pace, but we need to kind of try to stay on top of it.
Well-
Any kind of information, something like that, some kind of leads, other people that he may have talked to, like where did you know that he was going to next?
Okay. And so at the mention of Michelle's name, she knows that you at least know some information about Joshua and potentially you haven't said the word Michael to her, I don't think, technically, correct?
I have not, no.
Not as yet.
So So she knows Michael enough to know who Michelle is. And she says, I know Michelle's looking for him. Michelle reached out to me. And I already told her everything. I don't necessarily know what happened to Josh. He hasn't contacted me in several weeks, not since Stark got injured on that run. They were trying to extract someone from a Runraku
Oh,
facility, and I think it was just an odd job, though. I don't think it was anything tied to him.
Do you happen to know what facility?
It's here in Seattle. Basically, it's near the arcology before it broke down. There's essentially an office building over there.
That was Stark and Joshua were on this job together, or just
correct. So at the time, Joshua and Stark were there. Stark took a pretty bad hit, and Josh dragged him in here. It's not the first time that Josh has dragged Stark in, or vice versa. They were pretty good friends. And I've worked with Stark previously. Not like you guys obviously work, and she's picked up that you're Shadowrunners very obviously at this point, or at least not exactly.
We don't hide it very well.
Citizens.
yeah, we're part of a band. It's okay. You totally understand it. We all.
I know the work that you guys are in, and right, you always need to get patched up, and that's kind of what we started out as. And I started hanging out with Joshua a little bit, but he disappeared off the map about a week and a half ago. Last I heard, he was going to see someone in Puyallup. It was a hotel. I think it started with a T.
Tabitha.
I don't know the name of who he was meeting up with. I just know the hotel started with a T.
Oh,
Hotel.
The Trail Sar City Inn.
City.
Something like that. Yeah.
Yeah. We had that lead as well, but I'm glad to know that you can corroborate that story. You think that the Renraku job was just an odd job? It wasn't anything dealt with like Michael or anything like that?
So no, I don't think Josh was very close on the trail of what happened to Michael necessarily. He didn't share a whole lot with me. I mean, I was hoping that maybe he'd come back here, and you can tell that like this is a romantic type of thing that she was hoping for, but Josh wasn't necessarily interested, and so she's interested and was conversating and reaching out to and whatnot, but not necessarily getting too much in return. Josh was preoccupied for obvious reasons, but right, she was listening, and he'd tell her about jobs and stuff. Right, wasn't a dick and wasn't going to tell her to shut off, but so. She's like, no, I think that was just a job for their Mr. Johnson. I think I caught the name Brightmore somewhere along the line.
Caleb Brightmore, yeah.
So I don't know if that helps at all, but I haven't heard from him since he said he was going to meet someone at that hotel.
Okay. Do you know how much was he running with Brightmore a lot?
I mean, he'd only been here a couple of weeks now. So right, like it's been about, I think he was here about 3.5 weeks, basically just a week and a half or two before that. And then he kind of disappeared. It was pretty quick. He hasn't been here super long. I knew that he was looking for his brother. He was in town. He was trying to grab money and trying to figure out, right, some leads and trying to identify what had happened. I never met Michael.
Okay. And yeah, I mean,
do you have any way that you can get us in contact with Stark?
And she thinks about it for a moment. And you guys kind of passed at least the litmus test of knowing enough to match up with what she was saying. She gives you Stark's number, but she says, I've been trying to get into contact with him the last week since Michael disappeared, right? Last week and a half or so. He hasn't answered a single call. I don't know what happened to Stark. I don't know where he is. Last I had heard, he was doing something over on Council Island.
Okay.
Council Island. Okay.
This MacGuffin cheapskate works.
Man, another place to go. All right. Well,
it's like in Shadowrun, you have places to go and things to do.
Right.
All right. Well, Ivana, I mean, unless any of you guys have other questions, I want to thank you for taking the time and speaking with us.
Can you promise to call me? And she gives you her number, which realistically was in the contacts of the comlink that you already had. That no one ever asked to see if you could potentially call her.
Well, I'm not a tech guy.
That's fair.
Yep. That's this one right here on my screen.
Would have been a reasonable ask of, can I call the contacts in the contact list? We never really explored that. So yeah, she's like, here's my number. She gives it to you all. And she's like, I'd really like to know what happened to Joshua. Even if it's not great news.
Yeah, we'll find him. Don't worry. We'll let you know.
What are your thoughts on Caleb, Mr. Brightmore?
I don't deal in that world. I just know that he talked about him. For the most part, this was he came in wounded. He was a strapping young lad. She, fell for the patient, as doctors do all the time.
All the time.
So often.
In the Hallmark movies. And
so often.
Then he kind of ghosted her to some degree, and she doesn't know what happened. But it doesn't seem like it was it wasn't violent. There was nothing that would say that they were breaking it off necessarily, or that he was trying to distance, from her perspective at least.
Yeah, I don't know. I think that's all. That's all we really got.
I'm putting in my notes, this could have been an email.
Could have been.
Could have been.
To be fair, she wasn't going to share shit with you over the phone.
True that.
So says you. Yeah, Rizzmaster galore. Get the fuck out of here.
Number and ask about her potential dead or alive Shadowrun boyfriend who's missing, who could have people after him.
Well, now why are you putting a label on it? She doesn't even know what the label is. I mean, he might have just ghosted her.
You know what?
Completely at that point.
It's possible.
Last thing, Ivana, do you know if anybody was like looking for him? Is there anybody we should be watching out for? In a bad sense.
So I will say that some people came asking about Josh. I don't. They look professional. They, to be perfectly honest, were pretty frightening. I didn't tell them anything. They seemed to know that I had met him at a restaurant, but I don't know who they were. But they were.
You met them at a restaurant, or they came here?
Met Joshua at a restaurant.
Okay.
Essentially, someone had picked up that they were at least somewhat friendly, or had a meetup of some variety, and had put the cards together to figure out who she was, and had come to the hospital to grill her about it, which is why she was apprehensive when you guys came in. Is that people have already inquired. This was about a week ago, though, shortly after he went missing, or went off the grid. She didn't give them anything of any note, gave them essentially that he came in with a bullet wound, and that she had been seeing him on and off, but that she hadn't spoken to him in days.
Professional looking as in corp?
I would guess yes, but a suit's a suit, whether it's... These people weren't your office suits. These were your professional murderers. I've seen enough people with wounds to know who looks able to and capable, and these people were very capable.
Speaking of wounds, and I'd pull out my shirt a little bit. I got shot yesterday. I think I'm doing okay.
And she walks over and she inspects it, and she says, "I think you're gonna live."
Okay. Just want to make sure my healing magic is doing what it's supposed to be doing.
How hurt were you?
I only had two. only two of my.
You healed it over of the course of 2 rounds, correct?
Oh yeah.
Okay,
it wasn't that bad.
Okay, yeah, just wanted to make sure, right?
Yeah, no, it wasn't that bad. It was very traumatizing though. We got shot.
That's very fair. And you know what? She's a doctor, and she's trained to treat both the patient and their mental health to some degree. or refer them to the proper professional. She says,
Well,
I think you're gonna be
Ivana,
fine.
thank you. We can get out of your hair. But
Hey, hold on. Dante's got a question too here, huh? You give me a second here. So Dante wants to ask. You said that he came in with a bullet shot. So should there be records for the fucking bullet shot? Like, you know, if there's anything to suggest that there's maybe markings on the, you know, on the, I don't know, like if there's any way that
any
Oz could do
fingerprints on the
something.
bullets?
I don't know. Like we should be able to figure out something. Reverse fucking engineer it or something, you know?
Do I look like a police officer, sir?
Well, no, hold on. No, I was saying that's for our guy Nas. He knows how to do things with the fucking computers and stuff.
I don't still have the bullets.
Well, maybe they put something in the records.
That they were bullets.
Clearly, I thought
Big bullets, small bullets.
Yeah, like how big of a hole were we thinking? Like, you know,
They were
arms off.
They were a pistol
Okay.
bullet.
Okay.
And he was wounded. Keep in mind, I just want everybody to be aware, I saw Stark most recently. Joshua was injured in the weeks prior,
Mhm.
and that's what necessitated our love interest to some degree.
Uh-huh.
And so I don't know that the bullets from the job prior to his disappearing and additional actions are particularly interesting. But if you would like to know more, I'm happy to tell you more about the bullets from a job several times ago that may be unrelated to anything.
They might be unrelated. They might be related. Someone might be trying to get some payback. Who knows? I don't fucking know. Some people are out for being they're wanted. Not speaking from experience or anything, but sometimes people are wanted.
All right,
Yep.
Ivana, thank you for your time. We will contact you with information. If anybody else comes
For the kids.
snooping around here, you get any weird vibes, like let us know. Kind of keep us in the loop.
That's a
We'll
good
keep
point,
you in the loop.
actually.
We have some people we got to talk to.
Okay. Does one of you want to give me a number or some way to contact you?
My card.
We'll call you.
So you hand her the card, and it is blank to her, correct? And she looks at it one way, the other way, and she's like, I don't know what this means.
Keep it.
Walks out of the room.
And
I leave. I leave.
She puts it in her coat pocket, very bewildered. And so, do you all leave contact number? Like,
Fucking message me
I'll give her
here.
my
I don't.
number, yeah.
Jesus Christ.
okay, got it. So he's got Yumi's number, and you guys are leaving, is my assumption, correct?
Yep.
Okay. Is there anything else that you'd like to do at the hospital?
Listen, I have someone who's practically Batman, and I have someone that thinks he's Batman. I thought we could do something with some bullet analysis, apparently, but I guess not. That's above table. Continue with ourselves.
Okay. So nothing else, correct? So you guys go outside,
Yeah.
Raj.
All
I
done.
think we're good, yeah.
Okay, gotcha.
I am so good at climbing and shooting things, you guys. Like, holy shit. You wouldn't believe.
Is there a
Okay.
children's ward here?
Yeah, of course there is.
Keep moving.
So you guys go outside. Raj says, "Did you guys get what you wanted?"
We got something.
Okay, so where are we heading?
great
Look
fucking
at the
question.
guys, and I'll say, are we talking to Brightmoor or Council Island now? Or are we going south to Hoylop?
Well,
Things with Council Island, that's probably a really big spot, and we're just gonna be searching for one person and a whole island.
yeah, I don't really think we have any breadcrumbs for Council Island, right?
You know that Stark was last seen
Stark
there,
was-
but
Stark
you
was
have
seen
no
there.
other information to really start
Right.
that search necessarily.
Yeah, so
Also,
we can
I'm
talk about-
afraid we don't have much to ask Brightmoor, even if we do go see him. Correct?
He's probably gonna make us do a job to get us in some information. I mean, he might know where Stark is. He might know, give us more information about what they were messing around with Renraku. I'm assuming they were working for him when they was doing that.
Correct.
Maybe we
And
go
she had-
undercover
she
and
had-
work for him to gather information.
She had essentially confirmed that that was the Johnson that they were working with during the job where Stark got shot. just from a
Also-
timing perspective. She wouldn't have known
Yeah.
100%, but all points lead to zero
Yeah.
upgrade. Unless he was dual wielding jobs.
Otherwise, what he may. I mean, the Ren Raku thing's kind of weird. Obviously, those corpses that were messing with her, Ren Raku, I would assume. Something went south there. She doesn't really know. Maybe we could figure that out from him.
He had a fingerprint on a bullet or something from, open up anything else. Let's just see if they.
I'm not opposed to going to talk to him, but it seems like it could be a very fishy situation. Otherwise, we go to Poil, whatever it's called.
To be fair, we don't even know the name of the hotel. We know it
We
starts
do
with
know.
a T.
We do know the name.
We do.
No, we
It was in
know
the
city.
No.
no, we know the
No.
entire
You know-
thing because
you
it's
know
in
the
the
Terraslar
letter.
City Inn.
Correct.
Mhm.
Then what the fuck's with the Matchstick Pub?
That's where Caleb
That's where
works out of.
Brightmoor is.
Oh Jesus! There's too many fucking places. I'm from Seattle. You're in Seattle.
Ah,
Okay, so group vote. Let's start down that direction, and then it's 11 o'clock, and we're probably gonna table this.
Bitch.
So, well, I'm sorry, you guys.
I like go to talk to Brightmoor
Argued
because we're
about
already in the
car for a
city.
very long time. So, by vote of hands, who
Uh-huh.
would like to go see Caleb, and who would like to go to Terrace Flower?
Would
Caleb.
we
Go ahead.
have to go through a checkpoint to get out to go
No.
see? Okay.
No, so you can, and it's not that far, right? Like you can take
Okay.
a trip across Seattle in the same day, right? Like
Okay.
this isn't
Hold on.
from Green Bay to Chicago to fucking Florida here, right? Like,
This
make
is
that
to
in a
go
day.
see Caleb, or is this to go see?
so first of all, are you going to see Caleb?
Oh, I'm asking if Caleb is close or is Stark close.
Technically speaking, Caleb is closer. He
Gotcha.
is in downtown Seattle.
We
Okay.
can always come back.
Theoretically,
True.
just for the sake of hints, and I'm not giving you anything from a GM perspective here, right? I'm just laying out facts. You know that Caleb was called potentially fishy by
Yeah.
Tabitha. You know
Yep.
that there's corpse looking for Josh.
Yep.
You know that that Tabitha is at Puyallup at Terrace Flower, and that is the last place Joshua was seen going.
I vote Boil up.
Well, that's what we have the most information on, right? So like,
That is true.
Potato.
That's fair. I think the belly of the beast is Brightmoor, but the more information we have.
Yeah, I think Brightmoor gets to be a little more fun in terms of how we get information from him.
That would be very fun. Don't put
Here's
those
the
away.
thing: have we been so good at covert ops up to this point? Is the better question.
I think it would be in our best nature to get as much information about why Tabitha doesn't like Brightmoor.
That's
first,
actually fair.
Before
No,
before
that
he
that's
sends us
fair.
after
I'm with you
Renraku.
there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then okay, I am swayed.
Maybe it's
I am
something to
swayed.
look out
Yep,
for.
I am
I was
swayed
at
as well.
first on Caleb, but then
Nope.
now I'm on Tabitha.
I'm with you. I get you.
Okay, so we're team Puyallup and
Puyallup.
Terrace
Yep.
Flower.
I just want to
in.
point out from above the table, I called that out when we were in the fucking room. Okay, we should have went to Pally Pop right away. Just saying. So
You didn't even know that you knew the place. You didn't know that
Well,
you knew
you
the
know-
name of the hotel.
You don't even know the name.
I had on here
It's good.
Star City within Pally Pop, Matchstick Pub. That is what I had written down. I said that's where we gotta go. Right there. It's on the fucking
Okay.
note.
They're two different
So-
places.
Yeah, but you know.
Okay, so just to recap some information before we call it a night here, I'm just going to start tippy top and go to where we're at, right?
Yep.
So
hit
we
me with it.
know that Josh was last seen at Terrace Flower in Puyallup. Terrace Flower is a hotel, and he was going to see Tabitha. The reason being, Tabitha said she didn't like the Johnson and wanted to speak to him in person.
Talking too quick. Hold on, I gotta write it all down.
Okay.
I already had this in my notes.
For what it's
I
worth.
do as well.
TCI.
Okay.
Tabitha. No likey. Got it.
And Dr. Haversheen has essentially also stated, right, that there is at least some connection between Tabitha and her, and has confirmed that he was working at least for Brightmoor at about the time of his disappearance. So as far as timelines go, if I'm a drawing conclusion sort of man, Caleb is questionable, and but not where
Trying to do
he was
that.
last seen, right? To some degree.
Right.
North Caleb is got it. Yep.
And other than that, you guys haven't figured out. You know what? That's where we'll go. We'll finish it up there. Actually, I forgot all about that segment. My bad. So talk about that in a moment. Roger's on lease to you for the day, potentially longer. And
This is like a U-Haul. If we hit over 24 hours, got to pay for the second day or what?
for the most part, you're gonna have them for a while, but you might have to pay for them. We'll see. Depends on if your money starts getting out of control. And so, the only other thing you have, no, so it's basically Caleb, that, and I think that's all you know. Oh, and Stark is last seen on Council Island, doing a job there, is all you know generally. But you don't know really much about Stark other than that he was a runner friend of Joshua. Any other
Caleb
questions?
once again is Caleb last seen once again. Where was
Caleb,
Caleb
oh,
last
sorry.
seen?
Caleb works out of the Matchstick, which is in downtown Seattle.
Wait, the Matchstick is in Seattle?
Oh my god.
That
You
is
said
where.
no. You said that was in Pallet Pop. Hold on.
No. Tabitha
Did you
is
say
Pally
pallet
Pop.
pup?
Caleb.
Maybe if you did-
Caleb.
Holy
Tab-
Pop! I don't
Maybe I
fucking know.
should have done less of a whodunit and more of a just murder mission at this point.
Tabitha is at Terrasail City Inn in Palapop.
Tabitha is yes.
Yes.
Mhm. And the
At the
Matchstick is in
Paris City
Seattle.
Inn. Paris City Inn. It's the whole name, not Terrace City. Terrace City Inn. There's a-
Terraslar City.
Terraslar, or whatever the fuck it's called. I can't read my
Yeah.
writing.
Back up. I can't wait to watch this episode back.
Also, I believe who is on first, what is on second. I
Okay.
don't know.
So, any other questions? Otherwise, we're going to get you to actually somewhere else before you go. Okay?
Matchstick Pub, South Seattle. Got it. Whatever. Got
The
it.
Matchstick Pub. The Matchstick is in downtown.
It doesn't matter where it is at this
It
point.
does.
It's not a Pally Pop. It's not a Pally Pop.
It's downtown.
Downtown. Yeah, well, downtown.
This is two places.
I'm just letting you know. I had perfect notes until we started reviewing this.
They weren't perfect.
Okay.
I'll put
Oh
South
my.
downtown Seattle.
Okay. So
no.
shit, where did you go? God damn it! I'm losing places here, and I'm very grumpy about it.
I don't need to be the note guy this fucking campaign. I need to be the note guy the last
Take
campaign,
notes.
not this campaign. That's what I'm saying. So my notes don't need to be accurate. Yours do, and I'm asking stupid questions to make sure you're right. I'm helping you.
Please get pulled into
I am
something?
Darby
God
your
damn it.
UB. Okay.
1 second. I had your place figured out. Now I don't know where it went.
I
I'm
burned
grumpy.
it.
No, I think it's me and dragging stuff around. And
Now, do you
trying
think
to
it's in Pal
replace
Pup, or do
things.
you think that is in Seattle?
No,
Your
so-
other.
So basically, you guys are going to approach the car, and you're going to tell Raj that you're going to Pale Up and going to Terrace Floor, correct?
Yes.
And
Yes.
Raj is going to say,
Taylor City.
give me 1 second. We got a slight detour. It's just a couple of blocks away from here. So I got a call from Mr. Gunderson. He's gonna put you up in a place over here. But it's gonna cost you a little bit.
What's going on?
Are you guys interested? No, he's trying to give you lodging in the area of Seattle, so you don't have to border cross every day.
Oh.
Right. So Mr. Gunderson is from Seattle originally. His family's got connections, and he's offering up a potential kind of safe house scenario, but it's not going to be free. This is essentially, remember when I asked about your low income sort of lodging, and then I'm going to communally do you as roommates in an X number of amount? This is that. So unless you absolutely have changed mind and don't want to live somewhere with access from the city, this is where we're heading.
It's probably a good thing to do. How much does it
Yeah,
cost?
Well, we did tell the guards that we're only staying here for a day. Does that make any fucking difference?
Not gonna remember.
Nope. So Chance with his mind stuff. Essentially, they didn't finish. They
Okay.
didn't finish logic. They were going to log your stuff and basically give you a daily permit, but it's just like people walking into the city here. You say at customs you're going to be there a couple of days. Doesn't mean they're checking every day and hunting you down, except for in current administration. So should you have gotten caught by the police or something and they had to run your IDs of your fake sins, then it would have become a problem because you would have said you were leaving, and however long this takes, now you'd be overstaying your time period that you stated. So, but currently, from a system perspective, they've logged you've come in to the area just because most sins are kind of tracked and followed and figured out if anybody wants to scrutinize. But there's nothing saying that you guys are there for just a day or anything like that. Okay.
Still learning how this whole like tracking things.
That's fair. That's fair. And it's weird, and even I have a little bit of a problem with it. But no, fuck me. I might have to show you this when we come back. So my apologies. I had this nice place figured out for you. It was a nice little thing, and then I started messing with a different run that you guys didn't do because you didn't want another run from the man.
From Gunderson?
Yeah.
Well, we can retro that back.
Nope.
Take back everything we've done tonight. Just reverse
Nope.
it.
You guys
Jump
want to
in.
do the story, and that's perfectly acceptable and fine. God damn it. Let me
take us back to the bounce house. Jump in.
No.
Whatever you want to fucking call it. Whatever the place is back
Give me
in
one more second.
back
I'm just
in
trying to find this
outside
place.
Seattle.
It should be here.
in Remington or wherever we're going.
Toast cannot remember a proper noun to save his life.
Okay, so I should have this here. We're already 11:13.
Make me.
So we're gonna start up the next episode from Raj taking you to your lodgings. It'll just be a brief stop down. I'll have the place set up, and then we can continue to Terrasvalar to try and ascertain what's up with Tabitha.
What is up with Tabitha?
Terrasvalar.
What you doing, Tabitha?
TCI. She's at the TCI. Got it.
You
We're
sound
gonna be keeping tabs on her.
All right. Well, thank you everybody for playing and joining me. Appreciate
John.
you.
As always,
You
amazing.
made it across the checkpoint without starting a war, but it got a little bit sticky for a moment there. If you would have done something more overt immediately in that moment, like you were about to, then things would have probably gone poorly. So it was kind of a play it cool check. And if people would have started going crazy, it would have probably had a problem.
I'm the coolest person you know.
Yeah, I could tell. Felt that tension in the air.
Good. That was the goal. All right. Well, thank you very much for being here. Thank you to those who are watching. And
thank you, everybody.
Next time. I don't have a date yet. I'm going to talk with these fools after we shut down here.
Yeah, I'll figure it out.
And figure out what our next play date is. So, bye, friends.
Stay sprinting out there.